everyone, it's Matt and Gabe, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, coming you from our cozy hotel room, cozy hotel room here in wonderful Liverpool. And we're here for what?
The first dress rehearsal of the first semi-final, which is starting in 27 short minutes.
Yes, and so we're here to welcome you, and hopefully you have a wonderful time. First things first, the internet here is still getting kind of like settled in my hotel room. So if it gets choppy, let us know. We try to have a backup plan. But we sometimes have to kind of play with the things that are being thrown at us since we cannot be in the press center for live streaming. And but we are here in Liverpool for the live streams, covering the first dress rehearsal of semi-final uno. And we will give you all the deets, all the little details that may have not seen in the 30-second clip. The entire show, this is the entire run through of from opening act, another act, and the very beloved fake results, which especially this year we're going to pay attention to.
Yes, because obviously the format of the results has changed. This has been a hot topic in the online for the last few days, which is that there will be some kind of interview in the middle. Now,
sorry, someone said hold my semi. I said that accidentally last year. Well, I didn't want to. Okay.
Well, they're going to hold all of our collective semis halfway through the results when they interview the first 5 qualifiers. However, what we should say, one thing I want to say, I want to issue a big do not worry to all you guys up front. Can't reveal any details, but we get the impression it's not going to be as brutal as it may be first sounded.
Yes.
So that's the important thing. So let's bear with it and see what we get. It may be more towards what we were hoping for than we originally thought. So fingers crossed for that, but we will soon see. We will find out for ourselves in a short while.
And one thing is, you may have like multitasking, either Gabe or myself, because we're talking to the team that are in the press center. Sean, Melanie, Gabe, and Connor, all 4 of them are currently in the press center. Did I say Gabe? I mean Roy, Melanie, Connor, and Sean. Those 4, not you. They are in the press center, and most of them, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Roy, Sean, and Melanie will be in the arena. Connor will be in the actual media room, and they will cover the events there, social media, and we're also having a live blog, which will be probably heavily including here as well. So if you go to ESC United and you want to have the live blog and the live stream up at the same time, go to the article so you can keep, because it will pictures up and you get ideas. You can have the best of both worlds, I guess.
Exactly. Now, obviously, we're all really excited. For myself, for Connor, for Roy, it's our first time with media accreditation. It's very exciting for us. Went in the press center this morning. Really cool vibe. Great to see all the different outlets already hard at work. First thing on the morning, on the first day it was open. Obviously, we would have loved to be in there last week. We would have loved to be doing these live streams from the press center, but it's now been made clear in the guidelines that live streaming in the press center is totally banned, guys.
Yeah.
So you'll still see recorded videos, probably from the press center, but every live stream will be from here or from other places where we are hiding in Liverpool. Also, thank you guys.
Yes.
That was a member, right?
Yeah. Somebody asked me when it'll start. So the first dress rehearsal starts in, as Gabe already pointed out, now in 24 minutes, if we're not mistaken. Now we are going to be in the media center. The online media center, which we cannot share before you're going to ask questions. There is the rule that has been implemented this year. There's no sound, nothing allowed this year, unfortunately. So what we can do is give you the best overview as we see it, as well as the live blog, so you get multiple perspectives and ideas. We're just trying to do the best we can to kind of make up for the lack of what we had in the past. So plus we're here to have fun as well.
Exactly. Think about it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know how many of you are sports fans, but just imagine you're listening to a sports game, or if you're not into sports, into something that interests you on the radio with our, our smooth, musky voices guiding you through for the next several
I can talk in
days.
an extra deep voice to make it sound like, you're in safe hands, because, deep voices make people insecure.
Welcome to the Eurovision Song Contest 2023.
No. So we just figured let's start a few minutes early to talk about what's coming up and what to expect, and we'll go from there. Now I'm already trying to start the first dress rehearsal, but I'm getting this weird message. I assume you're getting the same thing.
Yeah, but the stream isn't up yet. I imagine they'll put it up right before or a few minutes after. But we will wait with bated breath. Indeed, I've been refreshing for a while. I wish you guys could see the layout of the desk we have at the minute. There is ring light. I'm using the hair dryer in the room. I removed the hair dryer from its stand and balanced a ring light in there. We've got a suitcase over there acting as a second desk. There's a spare microphone which is plugged in and ready to go down here on the floor, along with that camera which is balanced on the ring light.
Yeah,
it is the definition of last minute improvisation, but we have it. It's all come together.
Yeah, we do what we can.
And also, we can't go to the toilet during the show because if we do, you'll all see us. That door is translucent, and I'm not letting any of you see me pee. I charge a lot of money for that.
Yeah, now that's available on the East United OnlyFans.
Yes, exactly. Only £150 a month. Of course, we can't advertise it while we're in the press centre because that would be monetizing like a proper monetizing.
I know, right? So yeah, that is basically which act do you feel that they need to improve to increase their chances compared to what you've seen so far? So the clips that we've seen from the first semifinal, which one do you want to see? I want to see all of them in full, but especially where you're like, that clip was just not good enough for me to.
So this is a minor point on the first one. Now I'll go on to the ones who I'm more worried about in a moment. But in terms of one thing I really want to see, there was the issue with Karia's microphone mixing in the clip we saw before, where his voice wasn't quite loud enough. Thank you so much, Ryan.
Yes, I said read that in a second. Finish this.
So I would like to see that fixed. I want to see some changes for Portugal, not because I think it's not going well, but because Mimi Cat herself, sort of when she came out the rehearsals, she seemed, she said oh, we have things to work on. There are things we want to improve, and we haven't seen much since then. So I'm hoping to see that maybe a little sharper. Beyond that, I'm hoping to see. I just want a really nice vocal performance from the Dutch, from Mia and Dion. They've shown they can do it now, so I really hope they deliver today. And that is about that. That's what I'm looking out for. And obviously, we'll see if there's more smoke and sharper angles we're speaking to. How about you?
Same. I'm just really interested, especially. That's not even the answer because I just want to see the whole thing from Malta because it's so entertaining, just a little snippet. But I'm not worried about it, so it may not even get. So in terms of who I want to see, it would have been the Netherlands. Because I think it looks pretty, but I still feel like they're lacking chemistry, and the vocals, the part that they showed, were very soft, and I need a little bit more, I think, and they need more for people to not just be like, just drift off, especially coming right before Finland. It's going to be like, boom, and they're like, never what? So we don't want that. Thanks again, Ryan Mapper, for the super chat. Thank you for everything. Here is some early birthday money, which you deserve. Actual birthday on the 11th. Well, we should give you money. I can't believe you'll be 22. Well, I would give you a happy early birthday, but growing up, I was told that's bad luck. So so I'm not going to do that. So
okay. So have a terrible time.
Yeah, you don't have to go that far. That's a middle ground there. So yeah, and I'm already bringing up. I just want to make sure because the internet here is random. Let's put it that way. I want to make sure that that online press thing that is working actually maybe on my iPad and it's not like this.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on it here, but if we're getting the same thing, then it should be.
Yeah, double check on your phone maybe as well and see if it's because that error message makes me a little nervous.
My phone is off now. I'll check a little closer to the time. Give me 10 minutes and I'll check.
Okay.
Oh, another super chat just came through from Ellen in Australia.
Oh yes, I found it. Thank you so much, Ellen. Hi guys, so excited that the dress rehearsals are finally underway. I've put the live stream on watch as I head to the bed here in Australia. Don't fall asleep. Keep up the fantastic work and happy Eurovision week. Well, happy Eurovision week right back at you. It was just fun. We were in the press center just for 2 hot seconds, but we already ran into a few of our friends, and on the way out, we actually ran into William and Sina from Wee Wee Blog. So just kind of cool seeing them all together again.
We walked past Mons. Was eating some fries on his way to work this morning.
Yeah.
He was out just walking down past the arena. It's honestly, and for all of you who haven't experienced this, I really, really hope you all do get to come and attend one day, because it's amazing. You just see so many people. You see your entire Twitter feed. Now, for some people that might be a good thing. Some people that might be a bad thing. But you will see your entire Twitter feed and everyone, all these people who you've made friends with for so many years and all that. You just bump into people around the place, and it's this really nice kind of friendly vibe. We were out in the Euro Club last night, and you meet all kinds of artists. 2 nights ago, Pasha Parfany was in there. May Muller was there last night. Rylan Clark was there last night. Mons was there last night.
See any of them.
Kano were performing last night.
Speaking of, I don't know if any one of the people are here today, but there were at least a dozen, if not more, people approaching me, want to take pictures, saying hi, and I'm so appreciative. That was like one of the nicest evenings ever, like running into people who watch our shows and saying that they're actually really having fun with it. And I got to talk to a lot of people, and I don't remember all of your names, so my apologies. I just landed, there were so many people approaching me, and it was just a wonderful experience. I'm glad people enjoyed. And questions in the chat, I know there will be a lot, I'm sure. At EC United, we'll do our best to answer as many as possible. Of course, here's a super chat. Let's do that one first. Thank you, Groupie. Enjoy the real Eurovision, guys. Starting today, let's all like this video. That is a very important point. We always appreciate super chats, and if you want to do that, by all means, help us pay for the next Eurovision, because it's very, very expensive. But we understand not everyone has those resources. How you can help us is like the video and comment on it. Not just this video, anything on East United that helps in the algorithm, and then our videos become more available on YouTube, like recommended and all of that stuff, and that keeps us alive. So that is all we're asking for, and that is all I have. And thank you again for. I had a couple of people who used the link that we have in the description to donate via PayPal, and I just want to bring up real quick. That's the payments I made. My Uber and Lyft rights that I need to do.
For the sake of clarity, Matt's credit card number is 3347.
So that is there you go. I got something from Matthew. Thank you so much. You messaged us as well. Mark contributed. Thank you so much. Those two really, really appreciate it. So let's jump into the chat. How does this year compare to previous year's venue and organizer? So it's hard for Gabe to comment because this is his first time technically in the press center. But you had the experience of at least being in the city.
Yes.
How do you compare it, like the vibes? And all that
So
stuff?
the city vibe, I think one thing I've been saying to Matt earlier is that you can tell a lot about how well a host city is hosting the event by how it feels when it's raining. If it still feels festive when it's raining, they're doing a good job. And yes, it does still feel festive out there. You hear the music on the street, the branding is everywhere. There's events going on all over the city. Obviously, the arena is amazing. I think it's a really wonderful atmosphere.
Yeah, it was raining when we walked back. You saw all the people in line for that Eurovision. Hard to take pictures, because even though it was raining, it was cold. They're all just like, I want a picture with that thing, and they all waited in the rain.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Wow, Natalie. Thank you, the owl. Love watching your coverage of Eurovision. I was lucky enough to get tickets to the afternoon dress rehearsal for the final. Okay, so on Saturday afternoon, and for the Eurovision Village. This is also the first Eurovision I'm attending, so I'm very excited.
Yes, thank you so much. And what you'll find is, Natalie, is just to make sure. Yeah, that is okay. Okay, good. What you got to make sure, Natalie, is just two things. Firstly, take in as much as you possibly can, but also a big problem that a lot of people have at Eurovision is the fear of missing out, meaning they don't take a break for themselves when they get worn out. Take that afternoon nap or an early night one night, because you'll enjoy everything else so much more if you're full of energy.
Yes.
Is one thing I would say. Something that I learned. I remember the first couple of times I went, I just wanted everything all the time. And you'll wear yourself out. So it's important just to kind of, pace yourself, enjoy it as much as you possibly can. You will have an amazing experience. And I'm now here for it's my 4th time at Eurovision, and I feel excellent. And only slightly hungover.
Yeah.
And it's only Monday.
Guys, thank you first off for the super chat, Ben. Do you think juries will crucify Finland? We've been talking about that a lot, and some of our opinions have evolved a little bit, and correct me if I'm wrong, because we were more pessimistic about the juries, but as time progressed and what we've seen and felt, we're getting a little bit more optimistic about Finland in the juries. Now, are they going to win? No, the juries, that is. Could it be more of a where the Måneskin kind of setup? That is what we can see a universe where this is happening. Is that fair?
Yes, I would say so. I think you're looking at. I mean, I've been saying this consistently. I think Finland will win the televote. It really, they just need to win the televote by enough that they can take on a decent amount of water with the juries.
Yeah.
At the same time, this is still a song that won its jury vote in the national final over a number of songs that would be considered much more jury friendly.
Mhm.
You know, you think about some of the other songs. I mean, it was a very strong field in UMK this year. For me, at least, it felt like they, that there's clearly a jury appeal there. It might be very polarizing. You might see some, a lot of 12s and 0s potentially.
Mhm.
But that is, that's all right. That's how it should be. So, I like divisive. So I think potentially still in the 200s in the juries, which will be close enough for them to potentially win the contest. That's my hope, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's, but it's certainly not completely out of the question. Yeah, absolutely. So we only have 10, 11 minutes left before the show is supposed to kick off. That, of course, sometimes they're running a little late, so because, it is a very busy process there. So just hold on tight. I feel like Gabe always forgets that Lorraine is likely to finish top 3 in both.
So I don't. The reason I think the way I do is that I think that Finland and Sweden will finish top 3 in both jury and televote, one way round, one the other. I just think that Finland will win the televote by more than Lorraine wins the jury, essentially, is the basis of my theory. And I think there are enough other jury contenders sort of at the top end that it'll push that sort of high jury watermark down to the sort of into the 200s rather than the 300s. And what that will mean is that creates a space for Finland to sort of rush through with the televote and win overall, is my theory.
Yeah, we shall see. Do you think Czechia has a good chance of win or be top 3 with the juries? Well, I assume the finals, because they are now in the semis, for promotional reasons similar to what happened with North Macedonia. Do you think that Czechia has a potential large jury appeal? Czechia is a big wild card. I'm not sure. My feeling is no. It doesn't feel like a jury magnet to me, based on the style and what they usually gravitate towards. So my gut tells me they're more of a televote pleaser than a jury vote pleaser. So what do you feel?
I would say so. Yes, I think at the same time, obviously the song works well. But I think their vocal is perhaps not quite as strong as the studio version, which could potentially have some impact. Sorry, I'm just troubleshooting with Sean on the live blog.
Okay.
So we are, I think, looking at a qualifier there, but not. I don't think it's going to sail comfortably through. Whereas if you'd asked me for the pre-parties, I'd say it probably is. It's still going through, but it's going to be closer to the edge than previously thought, in my view.
Yeah, I don't think that's wrong.
I'm just you keep talking. I'm just checking.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I'm working on obviously listening to the live stream on my headphones. It's hard to be Eurofan sometimes. I hear you. I hear we all are in the same boat here. So I do miss being in the press center, but at least we're all in this together. All in this together. That's all I know. What is the reason that jury cannot vote in the semifinals? Thank you both. The reason for that is basically, and that was, I think, Sitza Bakker, who is one of the reference group members, saying that because of the issue that happened last year with the jury rigging sitch, that had such a major impact on how the votes are being counted, because it is that whole average thing of points, aggregate, whatever it was, and that's not ideal. So they thought at this point the only way to avoid that is to have a televote only. And it's just that simple. And we talked about that before. Like, it's a little bit throwing the baby out with the bathwater kind of thing. but it is what it is.
Definitely. I think it's an extreme reaction. If it fixes it, then I can sort of get on board with it. I'm just trying to sort this out. If it fixes it, then I can get on board with it. But I just think it's a very extreme response to a not so to fix a problem that they probably could have worked out some other way. I mean, don't get me wrong, they did exactly the right thing in disqualifying those juries last year. They were clearly, it's beyond any doubt that there was something going on there. And it's a real shame that some people in those delegations chose to engage in that. I just wish that we could have found another way to do it, because I think the system as it was working really nicely. I did like that. Unfortunately, we are where we are, so such will be the way. Still trying to sort this out.
Yeah, not a problem. So, when will the first dress rehearsal start? It's scheduled to start in 5 minutes, 6 minutes, I think.
Yes, we are 6 minutes away. Just gone.
So, give me one second. I'm going to mute this for 2 seconds. Okay. Sorry, I just had to give some directions here.
Correct.
So, have you watched the video of Politics of Eurovision, the queer politics of Eurovision? No, I have not.
I have, and it's excellent. Matt, you have to watch it. I'll send a link to you later. So with this is a video done by, I can't remember the name of the creator, but it's a prominent creator. It's a really well thought out video that touches on a lot of the complexities of politics in Eurovision, and sort of some of the difficult sort of ethical and political and cultural crossroads that Eurovision finds itself at. And some of the Verily Bitchy, that's the name. Rhyme, you don't need to hide that. That's the name of the creator. It's a channel called Verily Bitchy, a couple 100,000 subscribers. It's a really, really good video. I watched it on my way in on the train yesterday. I won't go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil all of it, but I cannot recommend it enough. It's a really mature look at it as well, because I think with these things, it's very polarizing debates.
Yeah, I got to mute it for one more second here, real quick, y'all.
Okay, we are back. That donation just came in. I will translate into that's about £9, about $11. 159,000 donation we just got there.
Oh, thank you.
That's in the Indonesian currency, which I'm not aware what it is, but thank you very much.
My top 3 are Israel, Georgia, and Armenia. I hope they all go to the final. Sending love from Indonesia. If you're coming here, let me know. I have not been to that part of the world yet, but that would be a dream. But I feel like my travels almost always kind of aligned with Eurovision. So mostly Europe, and Israel.
In the European broadcasting area. But to be fair, it's a fun thing, a sort of weird Easter egg is that several Eurovision stagings have been basically copied by Indonesian TV shows. You can actually find like weird Indonesian knockoff versions of Eurovision stages online. So I do encourage you to look those up, because it's strange seeing the sort of Eurovision stations that we're familiar with in a very different context to before. Oh, it's still nothing on here. It's still just we await the stream. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of things. Other things we'll be able to speak today, such as postcards, possibly some of the bits with the hosts if they're hosting those today.
Yeah.
We did get a look on one of the we're going to see hopefully the recaps and sort of some graphics and stuff around the qualification graphics we'll see today. We will describe to them with words the best way we can.
We're able to check if it's working. And you wanted to check like right before the show.
The live blog.
No, the live stream.
Yes. Of the dress rehearsal.
Yes, correct.
So I will reload it in a moment.
Where did you get that link for when you got all these?
Oh, it was in the original accreditation information. I can find it for you.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Yep.
So guys, as I mentioned earlier, there is some multitasking going on here because this is everything. This is the first time we just started doing everything, so everything is popping up left and right. And something. Do we have our earpieces ready right here?
Yes, we have. I have my headphones on my lap, as obviously we'll be listening to them in here, and then we'll be passing on that information to you. I'm just checking some rules. Here we go, right here. This one. And we're just checking out, because obviously one thing that's new for us this year is that obviously the rules around streaming have changed a little bit. So we're still adapting to that,
Yes.
You're getting what we can and can't do. Because obviously we want to stay completely within the rules.
Yes.
And obviously we'd love to be able to do this in the press centre, as we have done traditionally. But as things have changed, so must we. Obviously we would prefer it to be different. We prefer for the press centre to be open a week earlier. We prefer to have that full fortnight, and there's been lots of dialogue about that. As it is, we are where we are. We're just doing our best to stick within all the rules. The one thing I will say though, which is something which I've seen on social media, is some of the volume of I'm sure we all have strong feelings about it, but I think there's been a lot of unpleasant things being said to people over the last some days. So I think it's important that we all have strong opinions, but we have to be careful not to people. There are certain individuals, I think, on certain social media who are letting the side down a bit in terms of sending abuse to the same people who send abuse to artists, who send abuse to EBU, your staff, stuff like this. So let's keep it calm and respectful as well. And I just wanted to say that as we get started. Now, the stream should be up shortly. It is 30. We know what that means. The stream is here. So I'm going to push play on that. I'm just going to... Hello, sorry. We are back. The stream is loading. We can't see anything just yet. We just have loading screens. But there should shortly be along the way. So what you can't see is I have my laptop hidden down there. Matt has his laptop hidden down there. We wait with bated breath. Someone says, at ES United will stream at the press centre during the semi-finals and final itself. The answer is no. The most recent update guidance basically says no stream in the press centre, full stop.
Yeah, full stop. And that means also no sound. So we're always being very respectful when it comes to following the rules of the EBU, and that's why we are not doing any of that.
Just checking all the things. F5. We're ready to go. I don't know if the EBU is. We're just waiting for some kind of information on the stream. It's still just loading up for us, which makes me think that they've activated it, but it's not fully.
Has it started already in the
arena? I'm not.
Can you double check the response?
On the streams, yes, and then I'll check here.
Yes, forgive us. We'll answer questions if we can and give my dream the thing we're trying to be, focusing on the performances and give you the idea of what's happening.
I'm gonna have a look at the live blog thing. If you just bear with me for a minute, I'll look at the live blog thing and
okay.
Apparently, it's just in the arena. The intro's just started, so we should have a feed hopefully momentarily.
Check with Connor because he's probably in the press center. Because if it's not working for us, it may not be working for him either.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Try your
just give me a
internet.
few minutes to do some troubleshooting on the live blog thing. I'm gonna connect to my phone for a moment.
You may want to try your. If it's maybe the internet, maybe it's just causing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna connect on here.
Okay.
That's my hotspot.
Again, trying to figure out the tech part here.
And then I connect to my phone if it shows up in the list. Where is it?
Sound is so choppy, we don't hear you. So looks like we're having a little bit of tech difficulties on top of it now. Keep in mind, it comes and goes because it's hotel internet. Keep us updated how it's going. So
Yes.
hold on.
It was all right for us before, and then before
No
that,
sound?
Hello? It's showing sound there, so we have to.
Yeah, so we'll see. Hold on. Let me know if you can hear us. Oh, I can hear everything fine, people are saying. So it seems like keep us updated. You know, sometimes we may have to switch internets. And sometimes the sound hasn't broken once for me. Okay, so at least it's not us.
All right, I'm going to go to 24liveblog.com.
The live blog, no, I mean check with Connor because he's in the live.
Yeah, no, I'm. Oh, yeah, it is working for me
Okay,
now.
it is working.
So is it working for you?
We'll find out. Oop, I'm in the wrong screen. Let me refresh. Not yet. It's loading. So you connected to your internet?
Yes, I'm connected to my iPhone.
Okay, so it's not working for my on my internet here. It's not.
So we've just got the intro screens going on. There's sort of the quality is not very high at the moment.
So of course I cannot hear a thing.
So there's an intro sequence with a kid sort of looking at his TV and like pressing on the remote, and he appears in the arena. Exciting. And you're right over there. Yeah. Got it. And he's looking around sort of out at the room. I can imagine it's going to be full of people, and there's sort of a ring of light in the shape of the Ukraine flag, and it's sort of like a mirror dance routine between this young boy and this young girl. And I think the girl is I think it's designed to represent a child from the UK and a child from Ukraine because the girl has a sunflower on her back. So I'm just going to check.
What do you need to check on the blog?
Just because things aren't showing up in the right feed for.
Okay. So yeah, so for some reason my live stream isn't coming up right now. So I'll keep trying, but I think it has to do with the hotel internet here. So I may just jump to my personal internet while I'm bringing that up.
I'm looking for the button.
So that like I see the screen here though from Connor. It there's multiple people dancing on the stage. Lots of smoke. What kind of music is that playing?
So at the moment, it sounds like it was very calm to start with. They're sort of singing about united dreams, things like this. And now there's lots of lights, obviously lots of yellow and blue. I will say the sound quality is really poor.
Oh, because the connection.
Yeah, and the singer is in. I'm just trying to pop it out onto a new tab to see if this helps. That doesn't work. It may be. I don't know if it's a deliberate choice or not, but the quality of the sound is.
No, that's not deliberate. It's us. I'm pretty sure.
Could you look at the blog issue because you're more familiar with the
as soon as I can. I'm doing the live stream right now. I'll do when I can.
So it's sort of quite. The music is quite metally. You've got sort of Ukraine, and you'll go to the piece in there. The foregrounding very much Ukrainian music. The music is in Ukrainian.
And we'll check the chat in just a moment. Okay, we just have a few things to.
Since it's day one of this, there's lots of running around getting everything all set up. And there we go. We have the first intro act. There is a fairly decent number of press in the room. It looked like a few hundred to me. And here come the hosts. You've got Alicia Dixon, Julia Sanina, who also sung in the intro, actually. The intro with Julia Sanina was singing, and then Hannah Waddingham. So you've got the three of them on stage. Now, that's a short intro, just 5 minutes or so. We've seen 15-minute intro acts before, which is always a little taxing. I'm just trying to find the event for the live blog on here.
Go to dashboard real quick. Oh, you don't have it? Okay. Because I think I only have it then on mine.
Okay. Sean, if you speak to Sean, because he says. All right.
I'll do when I can. Yes,
yeah, that's fine. So they're doing the intro bits at the minute. We are still nothing much has happened. It's the bit of the show where it's like they're talking. Oh, I need to turn it down. I could hear my screen. So I've turned it right down now. Thank you. Thank you for telling us about that. You shouldn't be able to hear it anymore now. I've turned it right down to like extremely low. We want to be as careful as we possibly can. So I've now got my audio on like 6 out of 100. I had my headphones right up. That's my fault.
It's working on my iPad, but
okay. Can you get your headphones over there?
No, because it doesn't have the same connection. It doesn't have the. Oh, you have that?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God! You saved my life.
Excellent. I'm just going to make sure that. Oops.
No, it doesn't fit. You didn't save my life. It's not. I have a different connection here.
All right. So yes, perfect. Don't hear anything. Thank you, guys. You're stars. That's why we are always. We really appreciate you guys always looking out for us. So there's sort of a really nice sort of backdrop at the minute where they had using the LEDs. They had all the pictures of all the participants sliding behind them. And Hannah Waddingham was speaking French.
Oh, so I'm gonna log out. You're gonna have to do the talking. I'm gonna talk to Sean.
Okay, you got it. So we are hearing from Alicia Dixon at the moment. They're just talking about the Big Five and Ukraine being in the final. So let's have a look in chat. Okay, so we're just about all set on the stream front now. We're just troubleshooting the 6 of us, and we're sort of spread across a variety of locations, troubleshooting different things all at once. So we just want to make sure we're all on the same page.
I know, and this internet is just busting my balls. You just can't get anything loaded here.
It's the internet is a struggle.
Hopefully
no one is
tomorrow.
Yet. People just arriving. We've had nothing come through. They're just doing the sort of host preamble at the moment.
So I'll try. Maybe I should. I cannot switch because then I lose my internet for the live blog.
Was it not working on that?
Yeah, but I cannot hear anything.
Okay.
So that's the problem.
So we have Norway, and it looks like they cut to a picture. They cut to a live feed of the artist backstage just before the postcard, which has now started. So the postcard, Norway's postcard, it's opening up with we're at the National Library of Ukraine, and in Kiev, and the Liverpool Central Library. So it's sort of a location in Kiev and a matching location in Liverpool. It's obviously and it also features a third location, which is equivalent in the in the country of the artist. So we've got Alessandra at the library in Norway right now. She's riding a scooter at the moment. I don't know where she's going. Hopefully to Liverpool.
It's a long scooter ride.
Yeah, it's a very long scooter ride. And you'd have to get the Channel Tunnel, and no one wants to do that. So we're through the postcard and into the room. I believe so. You've got the sort of flashing text that we've seen previously that a couple of delegations posted on the social media feed. Oh, the intro of Queen of the Kings has changed. It's the operatic intro. I'm going to put my other headphone. That's all right, just so I can.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
All right. You can have this headphone if you need as well.
I think I do, for now at least.
One second, swap. You take this one because this is a left feed. This is the right feed. Yep. So she's not got the necklace. The necklace is gone. So her dancers aren't visible yet. It's just her at the moment on the stage. She's sort of got a billowing cape, same outfit that we've seen from the previous rehearsals. It looks like that's about to emerge now as we hit the first chorus.
Yes.
That sort of long atmospheric opening is much longer in this version than in the original that we heard in the studio and in MG. Beg my pardon, MGP. It's a bit difficult here. To be honest, I don't think it sounds to me like the audio feed has been deliberately modified in some way, because the way it doesn't sound like poor quality audio, but rather like through a telephone or something.
No, it's just a quality. That's me.
Vocally, I mean, it's a little difficult for us to tell, but she sounds fine. The camera angle seems. I'm just trying to hear if she's going through a whole.
This is where the dancers really come with the light sticks.
So the second chorus is when the lightsabers come in. You know, she becomes Queen of the Sith. And the way they fitted in the extended intro.
So this is where the orange, like when she does a la 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 part, it's very orangey and.
Big note. I think it sounded a little off, but I wouldn't worry too much about it because it's a rehearsal.
Yes.
And she's probably like, you know, in that kind of situation, the most likely thing you're going to do is, I'll try it. I'll try it gently. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, who cares? Because it's rehearsal.
Yeah, she doesn't. That's one of the things you have to be careful with the voice, because if that really messes up your voice, you will not be able to hit that.
And then they just cut to some guy in the green room, like just one guy. Now we have Malta, and again they're cutting to. So you do get to see. You may remember this happened in Azerbaijan many years ago, and in Germany.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
Yep.
I think I may have to switch internets. Can you bring up yours?
Yes, I can do. Give me one moment.
You may lose me for a moment, so I want to have Gabe on camera.
Okay, so you will shortly be seeing from two angles. I will mute here.
Hang on, I got to bring you on. Oh, you're in there already.
And so then you can exit.
Okay, I'm going to switch my internet and see if that's going to work. So I'll be back, hopefully.
So the postcard. Sorry, we just. Apologies, we missed that. I'm just still troubleshooting. Okay, so we've had a cut to the green room. Looks like they weren't ready yet. So we've got Alicia stalling at the moment, just doing a little, oh, please, check the latest news. You can catch us on XYZ. All right, have you managed to do that?
It takes me a minute or so.
So we are just waiting on Malta to start. And hello. Right, that works. We're in place. People should be able to hear us. So Malta's starting. We're in Act 1. The figurines are back. The cardboard cutouts. I'll bring it right there. The audio should be fine.
Yeah.
It's just on my end, isn't it? Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Okay. Wait. So obviously he still has the writing on the hand, so that element has stayed from the national final. This song is so catchy. They've got a big kind of planet with rings, circling in the background. Lots of purples and yellows is the main kind of color scheme we have going on.
Okay, so
right, we're in scene 2 now. They're in the car, all 3 of them. This is obviously the bit that you will have seen from the clip. We're now about to exit the part that was in the clip. They're leaving the car. So they leave the car into another scene where they've got a sofa, which is quite cute. They've got these little cushions with like little pixelated versions of themselves on. Wait, what did you say? So it looks like the choruses they're doing in the main sort of area on the stage in the center, which you guys will be familiar with. To the car, there's an area off to the right of the car, which is that living room scene. There's another scene to the left, which I guess we're about to see because it's just entering Act 3. And you have the singer out on the remote stage by himself, and he's had a change of costume as well. He's changed from his like comfy, granny jumper over to his sparkly jumper. Big knee slide and back to the main stage now. Better in my sweater.
it looks good.
It looks really good. It's visually so striking. I think people are massively.
You can see the audience in this shot as well.
Dance. Sorry, I just elbowed you because I was boogieing.
Is the vlog coming up for you right now, here or not?
It was. I'll check.
Oh, it's coming now, I think.
Okay. I can see it down the side there. It's appearing here. All right. So Malta finishing up. They all end up very sparkly. So there is an outfit change for all 3 of them. You just only see it for the first one initially. We're now having Serbia, and Luke Black actually isn't backstage. You've just got some technicians there, so I'm not sure what's happened there. So the Serbian postcard, they're at the Contemporary Sculpture Park in the Lviv region, and they're at the Tate Art Gallery in Liverpool. We'll wait to see what the location in Serbia is. It's Luke Black standing outside the Museum of Contemporary Art in Belgrade. So the theme for the postcards, as we've seen, is a place in Ukraine, a place in the UK, a place in Serbia, or whichever the country is, and sort of an equivalent place. We sort of with the libraries for Norway, for the contemporary art here, that I suspect will be a continuing theme. I keep talking to the wrong camera. Sorry, I keep forgetting that it's over here now. But it looks like it's all working fine on our end. Okay, so Serbia just starting. You got Luke, a shot from above Luke lying in his weird bed thingy.
Don't look at my screen. It's not going to work right now. Yeah.
So we're still on that one shot. It's been one camera shot, just zooming in slowly on Luke, right from the start. And he's up, and there's sort of flashing camera in line with the hello. Oh, this is visually so striking. Sort of blue flashing lights all around the stage.
It's zooming out right now a little bit.
And again,
but that's a really far out shot. Look at this. I don't know if I like the shot. It's too. That was a long, far out shot. That was too long.
So the performance right now is very Luke focused. Every shot is, is focused in on him up until this point we're at now. And he's exiting the, you know what I mean?
No.
The big shell thingy.
Yeah.
His big shell thing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
All right.
Now we see like the hello, it's above me, it's waving,
Mhm.
and then it's stage turns red.
Yeah. It was just for a brief moment, though, is that there's still that everything's very blue, very cool colors, very calm colors, except for those flashes of red, which makes them a lot more impactful. Now we're getting to the second chorus, it's a lot more. It's starting to build, and it feels like the energy is still coming. Obviously, he hasn't pulled the chord back of his out of his back of his little friends yet, but I'm sure he'll get there.
I'm a bit surprised. I'm gonna say there were lots of in the beginning, lots of far out shots than I thought there would be. So now we get the video, the screen effects.
Yeah. So you guys know a bit about how this looks because you've seen it in the rehearsal.
That's the part you've seen, yes.
So there's this there's a health bar which sort of goes downwards as he pulls each smoke thing out of the backs, and there is more smoke than we've seen in previous rehearsals as well. And the whole stage is red now. So there's this really striking transition from the blue, the calm, the peaceful colors at the start to where we are now, where it's red and it's angry and it's aggressive and it's really powerful. All right, and so
I'm gonna put my camera on there as well. I want to see how bad it is.
If you put your camera on, and then I'll turn mine off.
Well, I don't know how good my internet is because I'm using my phone right now.
Only one way to find out.
Find out.
It's me.
It's me. On your side?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay,
so we'll use my iPad right now and see how that's gonna go because I can actually access stuff.
Okay, so I'm going to hide myself on stream. There we go. Now we're back over here, and also that means I can close the stream on my end for now. Lovely. Right, we're at Beach Hut in Bournemouth, and now we are at with Southern Lights. They must be very cold. They're out in Melnsills in Latvia, playing in the snow without coats on, so they must be freezing. Oh gosh! Oh no, they're running into the sea, guys. It's so cold. What are you doing? So in the postcard, they're out in the sea in the ice. In I guess it's February or something. I hope there's a sauna around. All right. So, Sudden Lights. Here we go. So the opening shot is on the sort of the percussionist with his mixer. The light behind the lead singer, close shot to his face as well. Are you muted? Have you got your headphones in on that?
No, I want to see if it's loading.
Well, if it loads, they'll.
Yeah, I know. It's loading.
It's just because I knew. I see.
For 1 second, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Hang on, y'all.
So Matt now has audio, which means we can do 2 headphones each.
Well, don't get too excited. No. Probably not. My internet is super slow.
Right. So there's a little sort of puff of yellow sort of LED light beneath the lead singer as we
I can't hear anything over headsets.
It's it's quite similar to the national final staging. Just have a little look at the chat.
Yeah, forgive me. I'll pay attention to the chat as much as possible. In terms of like live streaming quality, keep us updated as well. Right now we're using my internet, but that's the American internet.
So there's not many surprises yet with Latvia. Lots of bright yellow lights obviously on the LED that we already knew about. Sparks as well, sort of again on the LEDs rather than in person. Pyro.
Guys, we have to mute this for a second.
Okay, so sorry about that. We are back. Day one, there's always going to be teething problems. So we're into the closing section.
I have another idea.
Oh, do you? Okay. We will wait. They've got this really soft lighting around the stage, and this up to each of the band members in turn as they're finishing off, and it's actually a really gorgeous image. As they finish, looks like a lot of the press are actually in the green room. By the way, the press watching in the arena.
Oh God, hang on.
All right, so we've got a piece to camera with Alicia surrounded by looks like Eurovision volunteers, although I imagine these are people who were previously who are like sort of staff and so on, and they're actually going to be surrounded by the actors in the green room. Oh yeah, there's somebody who literally has the Oscar written on their chest, so clearly they're stand-ins.
All right.
So one thing I want to highlight is that they're saying even in these interviews, we are very proud to be hosting on behalf of Ukraine and things like that. So they're really highlighting it. They're really highlighting it. And just into the middle, what would be interviewed with artists at the moment? You guys think they're stood in the arena. They're doing not very much at the moment. And to be honest, Alicia, people are mentioning about toxic feedback from fans about Alicia. I think Alicia's doing a really good job so far. I mean, we've got to remember that Alicia Dixon is a professional at this. This is what she does. So, it's a very, she was always going to be good, but I think she looks like she's really understood the assignment at the moment. Can you hear anything?
Just don't worry about me right
Okay.
now. So pretend I'm not here. Because I don't know if we lost them all right now.
Right.
Can you check the chat if they can still hear us?
Yeah. So chat can still hear us, yeah? I think it's all fine. So they're just... Alicia,
did you see a yes, though? I didn't see any yeses.
So Alicia... yes.
Okay, cool.
Alicia is just having a bit of technical issues. There's some dialogue at the moment just between Alicia and...
Well, at least it's not just me, then.
Oh. And now they're doing practicing some filling in, I think. Oh, there's she's doing a little rap, but she can't hear it in her ear. So this is clearly meant to be a segment, but it's not quite functioned yet. And she's like, if I can't...
Oh, I can hear now.
In your headphones?
Yes.
And I can't hear it, which means it probably won't be audible on the mic or anything. Perfect. Okay. Problem solved.
Well, it's still on my not so good internet. All right. Well, we'll manage. Tomorrow they at least have their place. Maybe your internet is working more.
Yes.
effectively.
Yes. Right now, you should see the number of pixels I'm seeing right now. It's about 3. Oh, I think they're going to try this. They're doing that rap segment again.
I've seen her before. Now I'm not. Was she on a TV show
So Alicia Dixon has been a host on one of the judges on Britain's Got Talent.
That's where I've seen her. That's where I've seen her. Yes. I saw viral clips of that.
So they're having a bit of problems at the moment with Alicia's in-ear. That's why there's a delay before the next song. Basically, what's happened is she's got a cue that comes in of music in her ear that she's not hearing, and because of that, she's struggling to hit the cue because she's saying it's sounding like it's happening on the other side of the room. And obviously, because of the size of these venues, if you're hearing something from the other side of the room, if you try to sing along to it, you'll be out of time.
Yeah. This is not uncommon. I also want to be clear that this is a BBC issue. No, it's part of, because this is basically, they've done rehearsals before, even the inner acts, the artists, and a little run through, but never the whole thing. So this is all what they're, that's why this is closed to the public as well, because it's just such a hot mess.
It's fairly standard, with such a large production, you have so many moving parts. I mean, this is why they do so many rehearsals. And this is why this rehearsal is closed to the public, is because they know these things will happen.
Now she's rapping. Oh, mine just froze.
So it's actually not as terrible as it sounds. Like, the rapping's actually okay. You know, it's a fun little, you know, interlude before the next song. And I just heard there was a reference to Valentina Monetta in that rap. So if you thought the BBC weren't taking this seriously, Alicia Dixon is rapping about Valentina Monetta. That was not actually cringe, which for me makes it like an A+++ in my book. All right, we now have a little jingle and a break, and we're with Hannah.
Yeah.
Telling us not to go anywhere. We won't, Hannah.
You were like 3 seconds ahead or so, 5 seconds ahead of me. There's like a red telephone booth, like the British one that you all should be familiar with.
Oh, it's a voting prop. They're saying like, oh no, you can't vote yet.
Oh.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, Matt.
I won't.
She'll be upset.
So we can assume there will be a break after 4 songs?
Yep.
So even though not as long of a delay, of course.
It looks like they will have a break here. I mean, because...
other fan sites are complaining about the quality of the live stream in the press center, so it's probably not just us.
Yeah, so I think to a degree... So I have a theory on what they're doing and why. As Portugal start to prepare, you've got Mimi Cat backstage. They'll be coming on stage shortly. I'm going to come back to this thought. I'm just going to talk you through the postcard, and then we'll come back to it. So we're at St. Sophia's Cathedral in Kiev, firstly. And then we're going to move over to the UK, where we are at the Ely Cathedral in Cambridgeshire. And then into Portugal, where we greet Mimi Cat in a pink jacket and yellow dress outside the National Pantheon in Lisbon. On that thought, it may be that the EBU is attempting to, because you know quite a few people have access to this stream. It's not inconceivable that somebody like videos the screen and shares it. If the quality is very poor, it could. If you're looking at it from an artist protection point of view, it could be that it prevents people from being able to tell as well if the artist is having a good day vocally or not.
Oh, it drives me nuts that you're like 3 seconds ahead, and I'm like, I spoiled it on your screen.
All right, here we go. Mimi Cat is about to get going. Talk you through this.
So it starts in the dark with just 2 red slides behind her. So there's only the 2 female dancers with her on stage right now. Or at least no, not all from. You just couldn't see the guys at first. Now you can see them all. So the spotlights hit.
Very dark, very red.
Very, I can't see their faces. Her, you can.
All right, they're sort of dancing like.
Now they're doing this. As you know, there are no props. It's only Mimi Cat and 4 dancers, all in red.
At the moment, she is, despite the fact that she's colored similarly to the staging, she's not. At the moment, it doesn't feel like she's being. It's not like it's drowning her out or hiding her.
It's still like so red. Her face is red. The lighting is red. It's just very, very red. Now let's go to the background. It's a little white now.
The camera angles do feel a bit tighter. You know, she's sort of.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot more close shots. A lot more.
So they're dancing around her a little bit, and she's spinning in circles. The floor is white, or flashes white.
Yeah. One thing I would say, and I don't know if they workshopped this when they were putting this together, I would have loved to see them keep the sofa that they had from the national final. I thought that was a really powerful effect.
Yeah.
I guess with the size of the stage, it's about whether it gets...
Yeah, so this is Mimi Cat from Portugal singing.
And they've kept the I think the iconic dance move of the song, which is the sweeping of the dress. Plenty of that. So they're making really, really light use of the backdrop, by the way, here. There's no LEDs. There's some gentle white lighting and occasionally some red. But on the back, it's very, very straightforward with red LEDs on the floor, like a red carpet out to the satellite stage. And her dancers are coming to join her now on the satellite stage as we head towards the final chorus. And they're doing the, how would you describe it? The dance move, the one, the slappy one, like this one, yeah.
I don't describe it.
And no letting up from Mimi Cat. She goes for the big note and hits it perfectly. So her voice is in good shape because there's no way she'd be doing that if it wasn't. And my stream is frozen.
Mine too. We have different internets. It must be maybe even not just ours. Must be.
All right. So now we've got Ireland. A change in
outfit.
Yes, a change in outfit for Connor. His trousers have changed. You know, the really bright, tight ones. They've been replaced by some slightly less tight ones. So I guess we'll see more of that in a minute. We're on the military road in the Isle of Wight. For those of you who don't know, that's one of the main. It's a really gorgeous road. The Isle of Wight is an island just off the south coast of the UK. And in Ireland, they're at the Sally Gap in County Wicklow. We'll wait for a Ukrainian equivalent shortly. They're just driving, they're having a nice road trip, and there's a lake. And they've arrived, it's the little things. They're at a pub in Ireland, but it's the little touches they made. There's a Ukrainian flag flying over the pub, things like that. Like one thing that I am getting from this show, and for those of you who are worried about it, already from what we've seen, every element of this is like soaked in.
Oh, we have another pause.
Culture. Yeah, another pause, another wait.
Who's next right now? Wait, who's it now?
That's Alicia now.
Yeah, they're probably not ready with the stage setup. Yeah. You have so many big props this time, so I have a feeling that's going to happen easily in the show.
But also, in some ways, it's kind of good that this happens a lot in the rehearsal, because what you get in return is the host being able to repeatedly rehearse the filler sections that they'll inevitably have to do live, so they'll already know what to say. So this time she was talking about the Eurovision app. And now we move on to the performance. And I just pulled my headphones out by accident. So, Ireland, show us what you got. All right, so you start with Connor on the little raised stage, which lights up.
Bird view. Ooh. He seems super uptight.
Yes, the music is extremely quiet for this one as well. I can barely hear it.
You only must hear his voice only, but that's just the sound. It's not.
All right. First chorus, he's starting to descend. And yeah, the trousers are basically the same.
Oh, this is just the sound is just off.
But I can't tell if it's because of the quality of our audio or because of. Right, into the first chorus. He's descended from his plinth, and he's now at the front with the band.
Oh, this sound is just so bad on mine.
Yeah.
But I know it's not my live stream. It's really the sound from the press center, right?
Yes, and they're having the same problems in the press center. Okay, so as the second verse starts, Connor, he's really, it's one long camera shot that's pulling back with him as he goes up onto the satellite stage to do the bit that you guys have seen already with the hand on the floor as we hit the second chorus. My concern with this at the moment, Matt, is that because of the way the band's set up, it feels a little static. And this song's very energetic, so I think maybe a little more movement could have aided the staging. What do you think?
I don't know what it's maybe I don't. It just feels very very improvised to me, rather than like properly staged. Like he's doing like little spinny things, and it's.
We have pyro in the final chorus, by the way. Pyro klaxon. Lots of jets of sparks. This is the official gesture for jets of sparks. It's like jazz hands. So I hope you're all doing jazz hands at your computer right now. And at the end, they have changed the song slightly. There's a sort of heavy bit with some drums just going doop, 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 doop in the background before a big note to finish, and it's over. Finishes will come out on the satellite stage.
You look at my screen. Is that something you're looking for?
Nope.
I was like,
curious. I was like, what's going on?
No, I'm just got to do a few things here. So I need you to focus on the next one as well.
Okay. Time for Traktora. We're at the river port in Kiev for this one. And we're going to pan over to Whitby Harbour in North Yorkshire. Whitby, for those of you who don't know, very famous market town by the sea. A lot of British people go there on their holidays.
Sorry about that. There's so much going on. I'm trying my hardest to pay attention to all of this. I hear the songs. Ireland really confused me. I'm going to talk about that later. We're going to do a review video. I'm very nervous about Ireland. Sound-wise was bad, but even his voice sounds very strained. Like it
was a little, yes. But again, it's about, is he holding back a little?
Even you can hold back, but this is not holding back. This is not right.
Right, we're on to Croatia now. Let through Mamash.
Matt, you seem a little tired and grumpy. No, I'm not tired nor grumpy. I was really focused. Got so many things. I was focused. Very, very focused. So don't worry about it.
And you've got to bear in mind, guys, we're doing in the arena, in the press center, on here, all for the first time at once today. So this is always going to be, we get all the tech issues sorted out on our end too. In a way, this is our rehearsal too. And then, by tomorrow, smooth as you like.
Okay.
So nothing surprising from Croatia. You guys will know the dance because you've seen it already.
Mama, oh, mine froze again.
I did it. I mean, I'm never going to get this, I don't think.
What?
I'm never going to get this, I don't think, this performance. I never have. There's, if you're a fan of this song, this is what you'll be expecting.
Oh, they do that. That's cool fact. They have like a little tire in the center of the LED screen, and the four guys are running on that spinning tire. Like they're on the floor running. Basically, they lay down and run on the LED screen. Looks pretty cool.
And now we're into the psychopath bit. And again, they're doing the familiar march in a line, fists in the air, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they are.
It's energetic. I'll give him that. It's really energetic.
I will say the camera work here is better than a lot of the other performances I've seen.
We're now into the section that you guys would have seen on the clip. The section of the rehearsal. Oh, here comes the angry man with the, I guess the ICBMs.
I wish the sound was better. Again, it's not us even. It's everyone. The press is having the same issue.
Oh, and now some clothes have been removed. I can see at least one crotch.
I can see 4.
Yeah, there's been an outfit change. They've torn off the trousers.
Yeah. And they have all their faces on the backdrop now. He is standing in the front, but they're also like playing the guitar. It's very similar to the state national final. Just very big colors. The tire effect was the new thing they've done, on the floor where they run around it. That's a big change.
And Robert, interestingly, no pyro from the missiles, although it remains to be seen whether they just don't have enough stuff to use that in all the rehearsals.
Yeah, I guess they use less money on that. Yeah. So we don't know if they're going to be added at some point.
Right. Straight into Switzerland. Now, I'm very interested to see where this goes because obviously we've had a lot of good feeling. Just quickly, we're at Lake Buchak in Czechia region in Ukraine, and then heading to Loch Ness in the Scottish Highlands. I wonder if we'll spot Nessie.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm going to miss some chats because we're multitasking, so you don't have to do that. Thank you so much.
At Lake Zurich, by the way, in Switzerland.
What?
It's very nice. Lake Zurich in Switzerland.
Oh.
And Remo is, he looks like he's wakeboarding or something. He's having a grand old time. But yeah, I'm because of the staging with this, I'm really curious about how their staging is going to look. Like once we've seen the full performance, because there's been a lot of good comments about this, a lot of positive.
I have to pause you guys for 1 second while we're doing this.
Okay. So, sorry about that, guys. We are back now, and Switzerland are just starting. They're on the main stage, and they've got an LED effect of smoke on the floor that then washes out into bright blue.
And they're holding that little ribbon, long ribbon already, the dancers dancing around him. Like he's wrapped in it or like around him.
And they've got lots of light, lots of bright, smoky light, which works well because obviously they're dressed in all black. It's a good contrast.
It sounds good. So his voice, even though the bad quality, his voice immediately stands out.
Again, he's at the moment, he's still, but he's got the 4 dancers, 2 to each side. And at the moment, with the attachments that we previously seen, they're attached in pairs. So they're not all attached together. There's 2 on each side, and they're sort of doing a bit of pushing and pulling at each other.
Yeah.
So they're focusing the dance moves around it. And all collapse to the ground except for Remo ahead of the second verse.
I mean, it looks pretty. It still looks at times random to me, but
so now they've actually, it looks like they've wrapped themselves around Remo with their things.
It's very Sacha Jean-Baptiste, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. But it's really good. Smoke around the stage as well, which is
little people will like it. Oh, there comes smoke. Little
pyro jazz hands.
It's smoky and flashy. Now you have the rain coming from the sky, like the red, like shooting stars almost.
What I will say is I think they're using the smoke in the right way, because the way they've deployed the smoke, it's sort of puffed around the sides and above them, and it's left them quite clear and crisp still. But the thing is that smoke, you can then, sort of by shooting light into that, it really, really sets the stage alight.
See, I feel the opposite. I feel very distracted by it, and I forget about the song.
And so the triangle of red lights at the minute.
But it looks good.
And the dancers are running. They are running to the satellite stage, and Remo's coming with them. He doesn't run. He just does a little.
Well, he runs for like 2 steps, and then I'm done.
Like, and there we go. The song completes, and the dancers have disappeared totally. So vocally, sounded good to me.
Yeah, vocally is good.
I think the staging, personally, I think it really works.
Yeah. To me, I mean, it doesn't work for me. I am just mostly distracted by it. I appreciate the artistry in it, but with the smoke and the fact, it's just, the song just doesn't ask for it, in my view. But that is just me. So I like the pictures, but
just quickly, we're at the Oritsky Rocks in Ukraine, and then we're at Stonehenge in the UK for Noah Carell's postcard. And then we will go to Israel, where we are, is it going to tell us? Yes. Masada in the Judean desert. Very dramatic landscape. Now, obviously, Noah is a huge star in Israel. She's been, in fact, she was a huge star ever since she was sort of 16, 17.
Yes.
We've seen very little of this, of course, because we've seen the dance break, essentially, haven't we?
Oh, yeah. This is all new. This is because this is like the very busy song, for the lack of a better word. So we get to see exactly. I'm going to turn this up a little because I can barely hear now.
I can't hear you. All right.
It didn't turn up much.
Chat seems excited. I'm excited. Oh, big, lots of lights for this opening. Lots of flashing lights at the sides.
Oh, this boom. Yeah, it goes like, do you see the far out? You're like far out in the arena. You don't even see it. It's just black and the lights.
And it's in the square to give that sort of gravity-defying
It's
effect.
spinning a little. It's a purple. And she'd have her hands up, a leg on the side. Now that cube turns a little like wide, like now it's just close up of hers in the. Now we're zooming out a little.
At the moment, we say she's alone on stage. No sign of the dancers yet, but she does have four with her.
During the chorus, they zoom out really far and you see the blue stage. She sounds good, at least on my end.
All right, so the dancers appear in the second verse, or at least the
You're
first
like much way ahead of me. I was like, what dancers? Here they are now.
I'm racing ahead.
You see only one in the beginning, and then the others show up as well.
Oh, wow. This is a powerful shot with the camera panning backwards as they march to the satellite stage while doing the Phenomenal.
They all walk towards the main stage, the biggest front stage. Oh, she sounds really good.
She sounds great.
Wow. I'm not that I shouldn't be too surprised, but, you know, it just works with the song.
And obviously, she's wearing trousers at the minute. We know those will not remain.
I'm actually more surprised they're not using that cube that much. I thought they're going to be the main part of the staging, but after the first chorus, then she walks out of it.
Here we go. Dance break approaching.
They're spinning around her right now.
Phenomenal.
So you're doing my phenomenal. They're doing like phenomenal.
All right, here we go.
Phenomenal. They're all just dancing together there. She dances quite a bit.
Okay, so the break.
Europe, do you want to see me dance? And then it's a big shout. And then it goes black. And then she's watch me. And
the gap has been expanded by a second or two, I think, just to give more time for the dancers to get out of there and to do the costume change in that moment.
That's where they zoom out. That's really cool. And then we'll see the part that you've seen.
So obviously the dance break, as you've seen it, super polished. Looks amazing.
This is high energy.
Oh, pyro!
Like the song's over and then you hear the shooting out. So I thought this was really good.
I enjoyed that a lot. It feels less clunky than it did. We're in the Skola Biscuits Forest in Lviv region, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep commentating on these. And then we're in the Sherwood Forest in Nottinghamshire. That's a Robin Hood, isn't it? The
Sherwood
Forest?
Oh, Sherwood Forest, yes.
We're with Pasha in Moldova in the Trebujeni Forest in Orhei. So I thought it looked really good. You know, at the end of the day, Eurovision's a show, and Unicorn kind of is a pop show tune in many ways.
Yeah, it is.
In my opinion. So it translates better into a live performance, I think, than in studio.
And we're missing a lot because, you know, the postcards, and we'll have another live stream later today. So we'll go over a lot of the stuff again. So forgive us if we're not on top of everything. So anyway, the point is we are now getting Moldova, and we'll answer some questions later as well. You know, so forgive us if we're not paying that much attention to what you're saying. It's not we're trying to be rude, because now Moldova is taking the stage.
All right. So we've got two drummers in the back.
Oh, they're spinning immediately. The camera like it starts sideways. There's a pulsing eyeball in the back on the screen. Two drummers in the back.
Very dramatic movement from Pasha. Lots of arms out and sort of reaching out to the room.
Very dark, lots of red and orangey colors, but the flashy purple as well. But you don't see him well. That's one thing. Like, he's not very well lit, but it's deliberate because it's like the vibe of the song.
So now we have the two dancers joining him with the big horns. No sign of no flute yet, but I'm sure we're about to see it momentarily.
I will say, because the vocals are very prominent on the live stream, like the music is actually really low. They sound good together, the vocals, because they're live.
Yes. Just point out, so what you do is you have the end of the chorus before the breakdown, and then it pans around to the flute on the satellite stage. And now Pasha is on his way out to the satellite as well. Okay, we're into the second verse now. There's the three of them out on the satellite stage. The drum's obviously still at the back. Same with the flute. And that will obviously reverse. Sure, you've got a ring of fire on the satellite stage in LED.
That's really cool. The ring of fire where he's standing, they're dancing around it, and he's in the center. Mm. It's good camera work here, I think. And now they're doing the thing where they cover his eyes and the horns in the back. I love that part.
Mm. All right. It looks like so we have that's the smoke machines are on. I was trying to tell if they're LED or not. So as the flute breakdown comes back for the second time, you've got the two of them dancing together on the satellite stage and smoke coming up.
Satellite stage, that was what I was looking for earlier. Thank you. Yeah, that looks really cool with it. It's smoke, but it's not overwhelming. Mm. It's just right.
Yeah. You've got Pasha sat in a sort of prayer position on the satellite stage, you know, bathed in red with the, you know, backing singers coming up behind him. I think one thing that's worth pointing out is that actually this is very coded to the national colours of Moldova. Lots of red, lots of yellow, you know, and obviously it's deliberately, you know, it does have that kind of, it's got that kind of, you know, the ethno-pop banger kind of feel to it.
And I said, you can make it at times it's too dark to see his face, because the only thing I would say, you don't see his face a whole lot. You know, there could be maybe a little bit of a spotlight on him or a little brighter, but the feel of it looks good.
Very good, very nice. I enjoyed very much. Thank you, Pasha.
I'm not done yet. No, I'm done.
I think really visually striking, extremely visually striking. Looks like we're going to a break now after Moldova. And what will we find in this break?
Who's after Moldova?
Oh, I need to get my list. So we've got Julia and Hannah on the stage at the minute. Oh, it's Sweden.
I know, but that's why I'm setting it up.
I was like, oh, I know this one. So Sweden, Azerbaijan, Czech Republic, Netherlands, Finland still to come. Potentially still surprises.
Exactly.
So there's meant to be a VT here, but I guess it isn't ready yet because the VT is not being played. They just have a thing that says VT to come. So they've clearly got some last bits just to tie up before tomorrow night. Good chance to look at chat.
Yep. Other than that, I think
someone's saying why in the press center. Just to reiterate, no streams in the press center this year is the long and short answer to that. Yeah, I'm not surprised there's a break here because I mean they've got to lower their big box from the sky, which they've paid an enormous amount of money presumably to hang up there. It reminds me of it's not unusual, of course, for delegations to request augmentations, and if it's done in good time, they can get it done. I'm sure we remember in 2018, Elena Nechaeva had to crowdfund €20,000
yes, and she got it
to get a projector fixed onto the roof of the arena in Lisbon so that she could do a dress, and she successfully crowdfunded and did it. And I think that performance really gained from that. It was amazing.
Keep in mind that they scheduled this first rehearsal extra long anyways for that exact reason, because of these issues. They scheduled over 3 hours, 3 hours and 15 minutes or something like that, I want to say, which won't be as long. For tonight's only 2.5 hours, so it will be less dramatic.
Oh, here we go. The elephant horn.
That's not ready yet. Mine's buffering though, so let me refresh it. So we are now having a conversation with Alicia. Again, she's talking. What is she saying? I can't hear right now.
Yeah. I'd say overall. Sorry, say that again.
What is she saying?
It's just a standard. This is another filler, I think. Just waiting for Sweden to be done.
Oh.
So Loreen is not in the back room on the thing. I guess she's already on stage. But we're going into the postcard now.
Okay, now I get the sound again.
We're at Sirte Island in Uman in Ukraine, St. Catherine's Island in the UK. So those of you who don't know, Uman is a very important pilgrimage site for some branches of Judaism. And we're at the Enholmen Island in Gotland in Sweden. And there's lots of dramatic shots of Loreen looking into the camera and being very at one with the world. So let's see how they've done with the smoke.
Yeah.
And see if the previous issues that we know they had are fixed.
Let's the sound, how she sounds, because people are concerned about her vocals before, you know. And again, this is a rehearsal. She may not give 100%. So don't freak out.
Okay. So
this is a good, it looks good already. Like they do the spinny thing, which is between those screens, and look like it's like a big screen almost. That's a good shot. They went closer with the shot there. So you don't see the end in the beginning. So she's lying in there between us. You know how the performance goes, but
keeping it this close is exactly what.
They just really went close with those shots because they didn't. I'm sure there are other parts where they go up a little, but it feels less claustrophobic though. You will always still compare to the original version, and you still complain about the size. But as I said, most people will never see it.
It's difficult to tell about the vocal because of the quality of the stream.
I know.
I'm trying to listen, it's not quite.
I'm buffering again. There you go.
One thing, it doesn't seem like there's any more smoke than there was before to me.
At least not yet. Or maybe there is, but the way they shoot it, it's just the way it's shot. No, there is more smoke, but behind her, you see, there's plenty of smoke.
I think what they wanted, I think they were wanting those black bars to be obscured.
Yes.
And they are more obscured now.
I still can see them, but it's not.
What's notable, so we just got to the second chorus. We haven't seen the audience once. There's not been one wide shot.
Nope.
Not one. You know, they brought notes to the EBU about the camera and wasn't saying we want this and this and this and this.
Very close.
One potential comment I might make, despite the fact that we're in close a lot, there's quite a few shots where she's not looking, she's not oriented towards the camera.
No, because there's so many quick camera shots as well. Like, that's one of the most difficult performances by far. Because it's a boom, boom, boom. Camera here, camera there. Go over there. Look here. But it's not a big issue to me. Oh, that's a pretty shot.
Our first wide shot is way,
and then it's all turquoise almost, and the screen is really high up. Oh, froze again on my end.
So now lots of, obviously the last chorus is this sort of, that kind of chaos, feeling of chaos they're trying to create, the sort of, the voice amongst the storm.
Yeah.
With these lights shooting up to the ceiling and the smoke. And I mean, it's visually stunning. It's visually absolutely stunning.
Yeah. So I thought it looked visually really good.
Yeah.
I know people, again, will complain it doesn't look like the same as the national final, but I don't even look at that. It's a comment standalone on its own merits. I thought it was very well done. You are right. There are so many different camera shots. Quick.
So we've got a random webcam video of some Oh, guys. They cut to a VT to come stream, and then it randomly showed on some webcam of some member of EBU staff who just sat there like at his desk looking at it, and then he sort of looked at it and went, whoa, and just turned it off.
Yeah. That was funny.
All right, Azerbaijan. But yes, those of you who are worried about the visuals, worry less. We're at Centenary Square in Birmingham. That's where the big library is in Birmingham. And then we are flipping to somewhere in, I guess, in Baku, which is the Baku Boulevard. Very shiny. And they have a giant chess set. Are you partial to a game of chess, Matt?
I'm what?
Are you partial to a game of chess? Oh, well, you'd hate this postcard because they're playing giant chess.
That's good for them. I have no opinion. Nada. Zero. Okay, I need you to explain this for a second while I'm doing stuff.
No problem.
No pressure.
It looks like something's gone wrong. They're already on stage, but we just sort of had a wide shot. There's just sort of some background music.
I wonder why.
And we can see Alicia again. again, we really should, emphasize this is what happens in this rehearsal. This rehearsal, especially for the first semi-final, like there's a lot that you don't know how these things are going to perform when placed under the full stress until you actually do it. So there's a fair amount of these alterations. Azerbaijan coming up now.
Okay, once again, you're in charge of commenting while I'm figuring stuff out.
All right. So the starting screen, some of you may have seen because the delegation actually leaked it by accident. Sort of the split screen with a kind of mobile phone sound effect on his voice. Close up of the guitar. It's very, very classy, I'd say, at the moment. Black and white, sort of, creating quite a nice personal connection with him. And they're still in black and white and then into color as the first verse starts. And the blue and yellow backdrop as well. All right. So they're using this split screen effect a lot, where instead of doing an instant camera transition, they'll, from the previous shot, bring in a half of another one and then slide the other one off, which happens especially in the intro, but then a few times elsewhere. Oh, nice harmony.
Is that just them? They have backup singers.
There's no backup singers visible, but maybe there's some hidden away, warrened somewhere in the bowels of the stage.
It looks really pretty.
I really think people are making a mistake ruling these guys out.
I don't know. Here comes the upbeat part.
Yeah. The problem is it's quite static. Also, the problem, because obviously the props are all on wheels. The wheels are very, very, very visible in this performance. I do wonder whether, since they're static anyway, it would have made sense to just put a layer of like floor level smoke on the satellite stage, just so that the wheels weren't visible.
So, lots of cut screens here right now.
Yes.
A split screen, not cut scenes, sorry, split screens.
The thing is that they actually really do sell the song very well. Like, their vocal is really strong, although I still have noise sound, but my stream is frozen as yours. There we go, it's back now.
It's the same for me. It's the same. We have different internets, so it's the stream. Now it's really purple and red, the stage.
All right. So they sell it really well. Will it be enough? It's a tough one for me. I think they're doing what they can, but I think for them, they're extremely talented. They it's staged nicely. I think the song is the limiting factor, and that rehearsal hasn't really changed my opinion. I don't know what you think.
No, it doesn't have to change. I mean, I like it very much, but the song is what it is, and I actually don't dislike the song. It's just not competitive. It's an album filler, if anything. And that, I think, it's Liza's problem. It's a problem to me. And it comes down, people like, to me personally, they're too serious.
Yeah.
And I needed more energy and personality. And they have very serious, not frozen faces, but, just that certain, feel that I think they're just probably known for. I don't know. And it just doesn't work for me.
By the way, Vesna are in some mazes. There was one in Zhytomyr in Ukraine, one in Castle Wellen, and then one in the Czech Republic. And somebody shouted very, very loudly on the stream. Right, so here we go. Czechia about to start. I'm very curious to see how this sounds with the vocals. I really hope it blends. Oh, good.
Great start. They're standing all around the words on the floor, and they immediately go boom. Hectic dancing, not hectic like erratic.
It's like in sync.
Yeah. Oh, this looks amazing. That was a really good start. The start is so important.
Seriously, that start was such. That was.
You will love the beginning of this one. They're like, attention, we're here. The 6 are doing all this. You know, we are not your dolls on screen. And they all do like dolls movements. They're pretty close together. It's black and white, the staging. LEDs, the hands come in.
We're now into the first chorus. They're holding out the big long braids. I'm sorry, I'm still really obsessed with that start. With all their voices came.
That is a very powerful thing. Then
I got a little sort
of
rush of goosebumps along my arm.
That's good. No, you're good. Sorry for what?
I cut you off there. I didn't mean to.
Ugh, don't you know who I am?
Sorry.
I mean, I personally don't like the rap part of the song, but I do like how you saw it in the video, how the faces show up on screen. There's a certain anger, aggressiveness in there.
Yeah.
And doing like this, we have movements. It's just really cool.
Also, they've chosen the color of their outfits well because it stands out really, really clearly from the.
And now, now they're softer. They're walking with their hair slowly. This looks really good. I was a little nervous, but they're winning me over here. Absolutely.
It's very regal as well. The way they walk.
It's like a catwalk. That one goes left, one goes right, one goes left, one goes right.
Okay, so they're standing in a circle facing outwards, and there's a beam of light circling them on the stage.
Oh, the harmonies sound pretty good. Oh, he's a little walk here.
Oh, that's such a good image.
Oh, there's like a pink little screen, and the hand is like going like we are like flickering in there. This is beautiful.
Oh, yes, this is so good. I'm so relieved.
Oh, wow, look at the end. Like, wow. We can't even explain. Now it's all pink, the staging.
It's like
they're all dancing back on the catwalk there.
The reason the pink is so powerful, it's really black and white, very monochrome in the background until right at the end, except for them. They're bright and colorful.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like they win through.
Yeah, and the perceived femininity that the color usually often, is associated with.
Oh, okay. In terms of pleasant surprises, that might be my favorite.
Currently, I would put that high up there too. Yeah,
that was really, really, really good. All of you, Vesna stands out there can be really, really pleased. It looked great. It looked great. The most impactful start for sure. So we're just going through the postcard. We're in Ukraine, in Comfort Town. I didn't see where because my stream isn't very good quality. And we're in Port Merion in Wales. This is for the Netherlands, of course. And then on to, okay, my stream is frozen. They're in the Netherlands somewhere. And they're roller skating. How fun. I'm a terrible roller skater, Really bad. Had a fair few bruises when I was a kid, and then I gave up. They went in the garage and they never came out.
Oh, really? No, I went roller skating all the time. I was really good at it. One of the few things I was good at.
I'm sure you're good at some things. We might not have found them yet, but
I can juggle.
There we go. That's one. All right. Netherlands coming up next. Let's see what they do with the vocals. Very interested to see. Oh, I really want them to do well. I really find myself rooting for these guys.
So, of course, it starts with a close shot of Dion.
Sounds so much more natural to his voice in this pitch.
Yeah.
And then with the "Where Did I Go?" you see Mia appear in the shot just for a moment.
She just walked past him, by the way, in the back when sing that one note, and then she disappears. And the camera just keeps. Well, it's like the camera and him moving together almost, because I think he's on a platform, right? So.
The vocal is so much better in falsetto.
It is.
Dion is singing it in falsetto.
But it's so soft again, like.
I get what you mean, but I think it's a worthwhile sacrifice for what they're now doing.
Then it's our turn.
I think we're seeing a lot of what we saw in the video clip, where they're sort of, it's almost like they're telling separate stories at the moment, and it's going to come together in a minute. You know,
yeah, they all have, yeah.
The other.
I just wish actually that would have, because now he's in all of the shots and she doesn't get her own moment, right? It's always both of them, not just her. They're all fairly now. They're really close to each other now. While she was singing the verses, he was standing away a little bit, giving her the time, but he was always in the shot as well.
I think the way they're doing the vocals, I think that they're staging the chorus right, in that foregrounding Mia in the shots right now makes sense, because her voice is really... That's good. It's good. It sounds good.
I feel like yes, but I feel like we're coming from a low bar with this one right now, because I wouldn't say it's great, because like, well, it's not as bad as it was before, but it's not as impactful. They're singing together the same melody. There's no harmonies and they don't sing strongly. So for me, it's underwhelming, but it looks really, really pretty. For me, it's all about the staging that looks really pretty.
I agree.
It just doesn't grab me, because like, that should have been the moment.
Yeah. And a big hug, a big hug at the end. Yeah, honestly, I think given where we've come from, massive improvement. Finland is coming up next, and they're going straight into it. We'll see if they get that box on stage in time.
It's just amazing how many props there. Well, we'll see if they're going to have to stop after that.
So we're in the Podil Ferris wheel in Kiev, and then we are hopping over to the Wheel of Liverpool, which is right next to the arena. Those of you attending the shows this week, you will see it. And then finally, we are in Helsinki at the Sky Wheel, which is on the waterfront over there, with Kadia in a rather striking dressing gown and having a sauna in the sky.
I'm not dancing to other songs, but I'm dancing to the postcard.
Yeah. And
don't. It sounds like music you would play like at a grocery store. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, because the quality of the audio is so bad, it literally sounds like we're on hold. We're trying to fix.
That's true.
To fix our broadband. Okay, here we go. Finland. I don't know what we're about to see, but I'm very excited. I'm shaking.
Really? I'm cool. The beginning is very important of the song.
The box is flashing.
Inside there's a light, yeah. You can hear people in the audience already. He's peeking through the box.
The box is
the dancers must sit on the floor where you can even see them.
The punching out of the planks from the box effect.
How does he get out of that? These boxes.
He literally punches.
Oh, he climbs. Oh no, he comes on top for the ceiling. He punches his. Yeah. He punches. That's cool.
They fixed the vocal, by the way.
Yeah, you can hear him loudly. And now we're going to the part that you've seen, probably.
Yeah.
Look at the shadow. That tongue part is so cool when it's his tongue, but then the big tongue in the back.
The shots are closer as well than they were during the rehearsal clip.
And here come out the dancers. I'm glad they gave him the first part to himself.
And also, it's like he's holding the dancers' strings like they're puppets.
Yep.
And now he's on the floor. And he's running around the box.
He's jumping down the box. You know, he's running around the box. By singing, he's running in circles. Or like one big round around the box.
And now he's on the forward planks, which are sort of set off in front of the box, with the dancers just behind him, all doing their little jiggity jig.
Okay, now it froze on mine. Of course. No, not now. No. Give me your ear. The sound is just so off. Not him, but we kind of hear them. Here comes the humans. They're doing the way. No. between the wave.
And the human centipede bit is out on the satellite as well.
The sound we have here is horrible, so it's so hard to judge the whole mixing.
Yeah, I think this is now the backing is now quieter than it will be in the live thing.
Yes. Because we only hear him.
And now lots of colour as we enter the final chorus. I'm doing my little jig.
That's very colourful now. Wait, no fireworks either. Weren't there pyros, a lot of them?
I don't know. I think they said there was going to be pyros at the end. I guess we'll see.
That's so cool, like all the rainbow colors at the end. Oh, there are a few pyros in the box.
The box literally like goes full of sparks, and he's staring into the camera and kneeled down.
Yeah, there need to be more pyros there. There will be more pyros because that's the energy. With the sound, only him singing by himself, basically, and the energy wasn't quite much there as the song needs because the pyros, the audience. But in terms of like staging, it looked fine to me.
Yeah, I think also he felt like he was holding back a little, but I got everything I was hoping. I saw everything I was hoping to see. That was the main thing for me at this stage. At the same time, again, it's like without the full mix, it's difficult to tell some of these things. I guess we'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Yes,
to see that.
Or tonight.
Sorry.
Or tonight.
Or tonight if they give you better audio. I mean, I'll see it in person. I'll love it no matter what. That's just 5 short hours between now and the start of tonight's jury show. I'm excited.
So now we had all 15 songs, and now we're going to get the recap. We don't have to guide you through the recap, but let's just talk real quick. So bad sound quality. I keep saying that, but in case people come and leave, in case it was really just the voices were really low. We barely heard the backtrack, and even the backup vocals weren't that prominent. You heard the backup vocalists when they had them, like in Moldova and all of that stuff. Yeah. But other than that, you didn't hear that very well in this video. So that's what makes it very difficult to judge some of the overall experience, I guess. That being said, I think we both agreed in terms of like biggest positive surprise to me was Czechia.
Yes, definitely. I think that big opening moment it was the drama of it, and the sort of the hey was very effective, and that initial harmony. And that sets the tone. First impressions are everything, right?
Yeah.
That first 10 seconds makes such a difference, and it sounded great to me. I was also, I always knew I was going to be pleasantly surprised by Malta, but I think it's really good. The staging, really nicely done, tells a story, I think, and potential qualifier for me. Were there any that maybe you were a little underwhelmed by?
Vocally or just the whole thing?
As any elements?
It breaks my heart because I love that song so much. Portugal. I know what they're trying to do. Less is more sometimes, but I feel like in this case, less is less. And she is a star. She shines. She has such a great persona. It's too red. It's too dark. And it's just, there is something missing.
Yeah. And I think, and the thing that I think makes it worse in terms of how I feel about it when I see her performance, especially because we know that she's not fully happy with it because of the way she reacted after her rehearsal. So I feel like they had a vision that hasn't fully come together, and it's so gutting when that happens because obviously, in many ways, Eurovision is a leap of faith. It's a leap of faith for the artists when they arrive here because no matter how much you practice in whatever space, you can't have the exact stage, the exact cameras, the exact setup that you're going to have in the arena. That means it might not fully come together as you would like. Now, there's still time to make some small changes. It's not like I'm not sort of closing the book here, but it's not popping in the way I want it to just yet.
No. I'm looking at the recaps right now. That's why I disagree. You like Switzerland better than I did. But it's not that I dislike it. It's really just, I find it more distracting than complimenting. And that is just a personal preference for people who see it the first time. They haven't heard the song before. So, and I actually happen to like the song. So, Israel was really good.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to forget because, it's so much. Israel's coming up right now. Israel just really surprised me, the energy. And it's not about the song, whatever you think about, some like it, some don't. But I think overall, it looked just and sounded really good. It's all about party. It comes down to people who want that kind of party.
Yes, you can, if they don't like it, it'll be our own party.
Yes, clever. But I like
funny.
it.
We're here all week.
Sweden looked really good. I'm sorry, I'm just going for them right now as I come up on the recap. Sweden looked really good in my book. I know people will have complaints because it's not the Melody Festival in Wiki, but I think it looked really good.
Yeah, and bear in mind, I mean, hardly anyone who's watching the show will have seen the Melfest before.
Exactly.
Especially those viewers from outside of Sweden. So maybe for Swedish viewers, they might look at it and feel underwhelmed, as most of them will have seen it.
Yes.
But for your general viewer elsewhere, I doubt it'll be a problem. There was a bit more smoke, not early in the performance, but certainly later on. And the ending, for me, my favorite part is the ending, because it's the sort of the island of calm. Lorene's like an island of calm amidst a sort of storm of, flashing lights and smoke and rushing wind.
Yeah.
And that is a really powerful effect.
So the three I will pick, for me, like the biggest pleasant surprise of the day, not in particular order, just in running order, actually, Israel, Sweden, and Czechia. Those three stood out the most to me. Israel, just because it captures and captures the energy really well. Again, we're talking about the performance. You may have a thing we want the song you can play to everyone. I thought Lorene's staging looked actually really good, especially from what we just saw, the snippets and all of that stuff. That's already way improved here. The close-ups and looked so good. The smoke was effective. It's behind her. It's never really in the box. It's behind her. And it looks really, really good. And then Czechia, as we discussed, it's amazing.
Yeah, I think those three for me too. But with an honorable mention as well to the new opening of Queen of Kings, which is perfect for opening the show.
Is it the one that did National Fun? That way she sings like in a different language?
Yes, this with the sort of the opera.
Yeah, it's like high pitch. Yeah,
it's very it's very regal, very sort of it's almost like you're in a cathedral, and then she bursts out, and it's just wonderful. But I'm not, other than that, I'm really pleased with anything. We should say that because these are like pleasant surprises, like I look at this and Finland is still my favorite.
It's not
Finland did what I expected it to do.
Yes.
Which was, and I had a very high bar to clear, which is why I'm less shocked. I'm more relieved, to be honest.
Yeah. Pleasant surprise because there was so much concern about Loreen and Sweden's staging. There was the vocals in the clip were perfect. To me, I mean, again, the sound was, but she actually sounded really good. And so that's why I'm saying it's coming together, y'all. So Swedish fans, relax. I know the hype is now on Finland's side. They can easily switch back. Yeah. So don't even, start.
I mean, if you want a graph update, Finland's leading by like 10,000 on the scoreboard now. That's your graph update for today. I might post a tweet. As for the others, I have to say, there are a few others which I felt really weren't. I felt Ireland isn't quite together for me.
Vocally, energy. And here's the thing. I understand. We said in the first rehearsals, what we've seen, it's a rehearsal. He's not giving it all, but at some point he needs to give a little more. And it's not the first dress rehearsal. Here's where you start giving like a little bit. And it's just staging seems not suited for the song to me. It seems more of an anthem, and this becomes just glam, like it's like trying to be glam rock. But it's not, So it's just not coming together to me, vocally, visually.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's like I said during the performance. It feels too static. It feels the performance feels slow and the song feels fast. So you get this kind of mismatch.
Yes.
Of energy, and I think that it is a little jarring. It's because I think with this performance, if there was a bit more, a bit more dancing, a bit more light, and sort of, wow factor, it would make a big difference. Unfortunately, I don't feel that's there at the minute. I mean, there's still time to. I don't think there's time to do the kind of radical shift you would need at this stage.
No, probably not. No, that's too late. You can't do any radical change. You can minor tweaks. Other than that, I mean, those two, Portugal and Ireland, were the biggest, to me. Everybody else, there were a few things I would change. I thought there were at times too many wide shots in Serbia, but nothing that'd be like, this song is doomed. It's minor stuff. So that's looked good. I partially missed Latvia, so I cannot speak to that. Other than that, the Netherlands, but that's really just because I just don't think it has to oomph. But even it's a softer ballad now, and it's fine. It doesn't have the same magic as some of the other ballads we have seen in the past. And that is, I think, especially coming right before Finland. Will people remember that, even though it's second to last? Yeah. It's a different field, so maybe people will, but I just don't know it has that.
In general, even having a couple of songs between Sweden and Finland, it is a really, really tough place to be put.
Yeah, and then Czechia is also pretty standoutish. Yeah. So that's Netherlands' biggest concern.
So Netherlands and Azerbaijan are going to get, I think, they're going to be in a little trouble, I'm afraid. I need to run to the toilet, but I'm not going in there. So I'm going to run out the building and go to the pub next door, use their toilet, and come back. Okay. Is that all right, Matt? So I will be back in 2 minutes. I need to put my shoes on first, so I can come back. Yeah. Let me put my shoes on. Hello.
My help. So right now we have the three hosts just introducing, I think, the interval act. So we're going to have the whole run through.
And who's the interval act for this?
Unite by Music, just for us. Please welcome Liverpool. Rebecca Ferguson.
Oh, she's the I know her. That's why that wasn't a very shining endorsement, was it? I was like, oh yeah. She has a clock.
Oh, they have like a cool effect, like the clock on the floor.
I'm just trying to undo my laces.
It's almost like a class. Oh, the clock turns into like lights, like streams, and they fly away.
All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm gonna put my bag in the door so that I can keep it open. Like that.
Okay, that's a pretty staging there. They have like rooms in there. I'm not giving you everything. It's just like two dancers dancing while Rebecca Ferguson is singing. Clearly a sad song. So, as said, I didn't have that much time to really pay close attention to the chat. I do apologize. Anything you want to mention at ESC United while we're watching the dress rehearsal? What we want to see also is the run-through of the fake result, not because we care too much about the fake qualifiers, but just how it's set up, because they're going to be on stage, all 10 of them. Somebody's asking, have you got the same blurry, poor quality stream as other bloggers? Yes, Luke. We all have the same issue. We thought it was our hotel internet, but it's clearly more than that. So my hotel internet still sucks. I thought we lost you for a second. I forgot what the question was. Somebody asked something and now it's gone. So just hold on. Whatever questions were, please ask them again, because I cannot put them on screen for some reason. It froze. Oh, Netherlands qualifying. We will do a prediction video. Right now I'm leaning towards no, but I still have to sit down and think it through and look at the other songs in the running. But my gut tells me I'm a little nervous. But then again, it's really just, it felt just a little underwhelming to me. So now Alyosha is on stage from Sweet People, right? 2010. Oh, the thing is no ordinary world. And you see the UK flag and the Ukrainian flag all together kind of thing, you know. So not being too political, but being political, of course. But it's more than political. It's like humanity we're talking about here. And compassion. Hello? Okay. So, So yeah, it's just a song. It's like the staging. It's just a very sad, somber performance. Unity between the two countries. Do you think Portugal could NQ after what you've seen today? I'm always worried about overreacting. That being said, I'm less confident than I was maybe like a week or two ago, which is a shame because it's such a wonderful song. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Not by the song, but just the whole package. Do you think there will be any TikTok or pics available from today's rehearsals? There will be pictures because there are plenty of people in the arena. And you'll get plenty of pictures. May not from the official channel, I don't even know. But on our social media, ESC United, Twitter, or Instagram, you can get plenty. Plenty. No. So now we are, let me go back to the live stream. Hello, welcome back.
Hello, what's going on?
We get another recap after the performance. Is that the spread? It sounds better on the recap.
Oh, does it? Have they fixed the sound?
At least on Norway. No, not the other one. Only Norway.
Oh,
you just heard the sex.
Oh dear. Oh well. Oh, I'm gonna have to. I think I might have to look at it over your shoulder from now on, just because.
Your internet?
No, I didn't. Because my tickets are on my phone, so I'm gonna need to save the battery. I'll see if I can get it working.
We'll try the internet here again, see if it's coming up.
That's what I'm doing at the moment. And we'll keep our fingers.
But she sounds so good. There's no way she's not going to qualify, Portugal.
I know it's
the song is strong enough, so I don't know what to do.
It's really. Oh, Ireland! We just lost the feed halfway through the.
No, it was the camera. Yeah, it was just.
In Croatia.
I just don't know how they will fare. Is there a song that we in the know are dismissing that you think might appeal to the general public and quality? Semi 1 or 2. Well, I don't know, Semi 2. That seems like it's so far in the future right now. I'm just all but Semi 1. Do you think that's one that could be overlooked? I mean, they're only 15. None of them. We'll all talk about all of them.
The shot qualifier. If there's going to be one in this semi, in my opinion, it's right on the edge of. I would say it has a small chance, unfortunately, because I love the song.
Which Latvia. One? I was going to say Latvia is the one, the big surprise. Not to a lot of people think it's going to qualify. Azerbaijan would be the biggest shocker, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think they have enough, unfortunately. But I think it's the whole performance is. The whole performance is excellent. It's just that I think they've not given themselves. It's a bit like it's a bit of a Lucy Jones 2017 situation, in my opinion. Great staging, great voice. Song was good, but not at the level to push it higher.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel about Terrell Turan.
Yeah, I think that's a fair comparison. Latvia qualifies, at least in my dreams. Well, maybe your dreams will become reality. I talk like a Disney character.
Oh, this is Eurovision where magic things happen.
I know.
Press center access magically disappears in the first week. Rehearsal footage magically gets deleted from the internet. For legal reasons, that was a joke. Although one thing, if you guys want to see, so obviously RTVE immediately after that rehearsal do post clips on their official Eurovision account, the Eurovision_TVE on Twitter. You can see some clips for yourself if you like of Alessandra, of Malta. They've done 4. The first 4, maybe we'll do all of them.
Okay, interesting.
Do you want to have a listen? Would you like a headphone?
What? No, it's okay. I have a headphone. For what? Oh no, I don't need to see it now. I got plenty. I don't need to hear that.
I'm gonna have a little listen and come back to you. Give me a minute.
Oh, okay. I'll get to listen to it tonight, so I'm good. I'm good. How do you feel now about Portugal? We said that just Andre, not as confident as I was like a couple of weeks ago, unfortunately. But I'm not coming around. I could see Malta being the shock qualifier. Well, it wouldn't be a shock qualifier to most of them, it seems, not to me, because I have them as a qualifier right now. I just think they could push out some of the others that are more considered as safe. And there's another Inavalax. Which one is that? It's my feet's frozen. There's like a woman singing "Hold My Hands."
So something is happening somewhere in that arena in the interval.
Yeah, but that live stream is just. I guess they have bad Wi-Fi in there as well. And she's with a girl who's holding a ball, pink or red ball, like unity again, and then a bunch of people sitting on the satellite stage in a big circle.
Yeah, I do appreciate how much of an emphasis they've put on the sort of "this is Ukraine."
Yeah, it's always a fine line to walk without making it too graphic or too in your face.
Or schmaltzy.
And schmaltzy. And it's hard because, you don't want to be like, hold a candle and all go, what if we all... It's like... That kind of stuff is really bad.
This is already, but just had an interesting thought. You know the Noah Carell sort of weightless effect that they do at the start? It's very similar to the Reams. Whoever does that first in the fact, so we agree they're both going to qualify, right?
Yeah.
Whoever does that first might see a bigger benefit because when it's seen the second time, people go, oh, well, someone else did that.
Yeah. Oh, I
just thought of that.
Yeah. And I thought of something else. We should hear the three Germany, France, and Italy in this one?
Yes, I believe so.
They should rehearse right now as well and tonight. So, we get those. I forgot about those.
We get more.
And then tomorrow not tomorrow, Wednesday, UK, Spain, and Ukraine, right?
Yes.
If I'm getting it right.
Indeed.
What's Ukraine? Yeah.
Is Lorena Shaw winner? No. It's the short answer. No, she's not, is the long answer.
No.
It's still, in my opinion, very good chance. But I still stand by what I said. I think it's going to be Finland. I'm getting a glorious blank page on my media center.
Oh dear. I made you like I should. That song.
Which one?
I don't know. I miss you like I should. That song.
It's I'm gonna praise you by Fatboy Slim.
Yes, that's
what they're playing at the moment?
Yeah, they were singing it. You have a lot of songs, very disco inspired feel to them.
Yeah. This is Rita Ora, by the way. Just looking at Sean's live blog, guys. Make sure you're following the live blog too.
Oh, that was Rita Ora.
Sean is typing away. His fingers are on.
She was like the controversial artist because she poo-pooed on Eurovision so much.
Yeah, she turned us down in 2009, and Eurofans have long memories. And we're extremely petty. So, unfortunately, some people held on to that. I think it's not a massive deal.
I don't care. No. People also said they don't want to deal with Eurovision again, and then they're just like, you know what? I do like it. So you're allowed to change your mind. We want to say you hated Eurovision once. Now you're no longer ever be allowed to be a fan.
Yeah, I think there's a tendency, isn't there, to sort of. Okay, someone said something once, therefore they have that opinion forever. They can't change their mind. And I'm kind of sometimes I do this a little bit, where I see something from quite a long time ago, and I'm sort of like, ugh. But in this case, let's let the woman sing, and then make our judgments afterwards.
Exactly. I personally, people will like it. It's to me just a little standardy the sound because it's very disco club sound. And it just doesn't work for me as much at Eurovision. It looks nice. They have lots of dancers with her on stage right now. All just doing this.
Marita Ora sort of on top of it all.
Praise you like I should. Doesn't she have her music?
No, this is her new single. So she's.
Oh, that is her new single?
I guess she's doing a version of it, yeah.
Oh. Well, I like the original. Oops, that's on the route. I know that we missed the super chat from earlier. I'm bringing it up right now. I'm trying to find it.
Quite a while ago. I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I've been trying. From James Burnett. Graham Norton said that Ireland can do well on the grand final if they qualify. Do you agree? No.
No. Sorry, Graham. Sorry, Wildy.
Graham. They're always the Irish national final host. He's like, I think we can win this year.
I just, it's not come together for me personally.
Same.
It's a shame because I like them and I like the song and I like some of the stand. They've had to take some pretty principled stands on things recently.
Yeah.
Things that they shouldn't have had to, and they've been attacked for things that they shouldn't have been attacked for. And And I root for, on a personal level, I can root for them, but I just don't enjoy it enough, the performance, to see it going through at the moment.
No, and maybe it sounds bad, but I just even put the sound aside. I just vocally just didn't get to me, vocally, visually, I meant, and I just missed the mark. It seems like Alan does it a lot. They're trying to come with like very elaborate stagings, and it just missed the mark. Like even like not Leslie Jones, what's her name?
Leslie Roy.
Leslie Roy. I mean, it was very cool.
Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it, but it just really hindered her to actually focus on singing.
Yeah, I agree. There was too much going on, and it's like think about Roxanne. I always bring the example of Roxanne in Rotterdam, struggling to sing and dance at the same time. Somebody just says, I can't believe we're going to witness artists getting humiliated. Our impression is, we don't know much. What we do, our impression is that's not going to be the case. Yeah. So let's wait and see the format. We are going to find out soon. But it doesn't. It's not as bad as it sounds. Is the long and short.
Yes.
I have no feed at all now. It's completely blank for me. So take it away.
Do you want to knock? Do you want to lock into my phone? Maybe?
It's all right. No, I'll just keep an eye on your stream. I mean,
I got to switch back and forth. You don't always see it.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll just keep an eye on it.
Okay. Do you think Israel could open the final? Somebody's asking. Do you think like if they draw first half,
that would be?
I think that would not be the worst decision, only because she's popular, but she's not considered an obvious winner. You know what I mean? So it's not like that she is considered in contention of winning the contest.
Yeah, it's just in terms of if you're the producer making the decision, and you've got a delegation who's throwing hundreds of thousands at a performance.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a fight you want to pick? Especially a recent host. I don't know if there's still an Israeli member in the reference group, because I know a certain number of previous hosts.
Yeah, you stay on the following year.
Is it 1 or 2 or 3? I
thought it was just 1 year, but I'm not certain.
So I think they won't poke the bear like that. I think
that's unfair, though. All the poor delegations get to get this.
Yeah, I know it's not fair, but inevitably there's going to be like chilling effects on these things. I mean, this is the thing with Eurovision in general, and it's a problem. We were talking about the video about the history of politics in Eurovision earlier. Is that every single one of these decisions is political. Like Eurovision can't not be political. It can only try and conduct itself in a way that is fair to everyone. And I think we can all talk about where it does that well and where it does it badly.
Yeah, that's why the producer-driven running order made it much more political.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, and there's definitely, on one hand, there's the massive leveling effect of giving essentially every country in Europe an equal amount of cultural capital to use for 3 minutes and say, you have 3 minutes and everyone's going to see it. It doesn't matter what country you are. But obviously, then you get onto things like there are delegations who are spending hundreds and hundreds of thousands. There are delegations that are withdrawn because they can't even afford the affiliation, the fee,
yeah,
the participation fee. So I think there's a lot to be said for for Eurovision as a leveler, but I think there's a lot more we can do. And I would love to see a more constructive kind of dialogue about these things, because it feels like.
Wait. Oh, they're doing the countdown right now. Sorry, because
the end of the countdown. Or
oh, you hear it?
No, I was saying, is that what they're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
6, 5. You know how to count.
Stop fake voting now. Yeah, my point is that there's, it feels like,
there's a big vote in yellow and the colored, the green colors this year. Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, I just want to finish up by saying, because it feels like, if you take the press center thing, these changes they just kind of happen, and we find out about them when we're told. It would be. I would love to see a more kind of unified approach. Ultimately, we're all on the same team. We all want to make the contest better.
Yes.
I hope what we do enhances Eurovision for the people who watch us. I hope you guys feel that way too. And if you don't, sorry. But yes.
Thank you so much for that sticker. Thank you. I'm being careful with bringing stuff up on screen because the last time it kicked me out. So now we're switching back to the live stream. They're interviewing. How do you feel winning Eurovision last year? So they're talking to Kalush Orchestra?
Yes.
Oh, Timor.
they're talking to
It's
Timor.
They're going to the Timor. The
Is that a member of staff or is it actually Timor?
No. That's why they put a sign on his shirt. It says Timor. But he is He's playing Timor in the dress rehearsal, the first dress rehearsal, which is fairly common. Then now they're showing a clip of him
when Ukraine won Eurovision.
Oh, this is gonna make me cry because he just started screaming when Ukraine won. He screams at the TV. That's just gosh.
Someone just said in general, is the show looking good? One thing I think we can say is, and I mean the bright color scheme, I think is really good. Because the bright color scheme makes it very visually distinctive. All the visuals are kind of popping, and that actually doesn't just affect the show, but all around the city because everything's bright yellow.
Yes,
it lightens up the whole city, and because of that, it lightens up all of the different graphics and stuff they do. So I think it's a really nice touch. I'd like to see more bright because we've seen a lot of those kind of dark, sultry, in recent years, kinds of graphics and all the rest. We need a little more. I think we need a little more camp. I can't believe I'm saying that. A little more camp in Europe.
This does not look on camera, but I don't care. It's getting a little chilly in here now. Because my AC either is off or it's cold.
And the only way to get it changed is if the reception do it.
Yes.
They have a valve in the basement.
I can't believe that hasn't in any country I've ever been to at a hotel.
Those of you who visited the UK will know we are rubbish at air conditioning. Air conditioning is not common in the UK. It's usually broken. It just doesn't work. My office, right? My office is either too cold or too hot. They cannot get it right. And it's such a pain. It just doesn't work at all.
So now what we believe is going to happen is we're going to have some stuff talking. They just talked to Timor. Then we're going to get the 3 performances from the direct finalists, and then we're going to get the fake results. But why they're so important this time around is not because we want to see if Finland fake qualifies. We wanted to see if actually these new way it's presented, X Factor style, whether or not that is, I don't want to say cruel, but awkward or unnecessary, or if it's done a little bit in a more tasteful manner. So we'll see. I mean, last year the problem was in the press center as well, because the green room wasn't that big, and they already had to be in front of the person, to get them, so they kind of knew they were going to qualify.
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's like Sisters said they weren't even in the room in 2019 when the televote points were announced.
No, they were in the bathroom.
They already knew they'd done badly because there was no cameras pointed at them. So it kind of spoils the surprise a bit for the artists.
Yes.
So let's see how they do it. I'm feeling more positive based on what, sort of feedback on the ground. I'm feeling a little more positive than I was.
Oh, they're playing old classic Switzerland, DJ Bobo, 2007. They're talking, Mansell Malo is talking about commentating the songs. So they're talking about Switzerland 2007.
And
who's the other one?
Filomena Quartella. That was Filomena Quartella is back.
Yeah.
Portugal stands unite. Filomena Quartella has done a bit. Has done a BT for Eurovision.
No, they're talking about Aquila Lauro from San Marino last year.
Shout out to the...
They're making jokes about it. Look, in a respectful way, I can see. Not in a derogatory term.
I have to say, Filomena was one of my favorite.
Oh, she was hilarious. They always had like the Anka, the Filomena, like the really funny people. Seems to be the woman at Eurovision. It's just like they usually. Actually, in Italy, the guy was really funny. I forgot his name.
Was it Alessandro?
Yes, Alessandro.
Yeah.
Oh, they're talking about Sweden 2010, and they're complaining that was not fair at all that she didn't qualify. Anna Bergendahl. It's a long story. And we just saw him months earlier.
Yeah, we bumped into him actually. He was eating chips.
Not literally. We just walked past him.
Yeah, and I was like, "Morning, Mons," and he was like, "Morning." And that was
as he was chewing.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I was like,
we wanted to stop him, take pictures. Not kidding.
He was eating.
They're having that game paused. Players. Wait. They do it like who has the best jokes?
I think they've got some sort of like microphone or something they're holding up. It's kind of difficult to tell.
They have a little battle here on who's is funnier. So I think Filomena is 2-1 in the lead right now after those 3 songs.
So,
wait. Oh, they're going to do that again on Thursday. They're going to do the little thing on Thursday again.
So make sure you come back for that. How was Czechia? Czechia was great. They were really good. Really, really positive surprise.
Yes.
Really positive surprise, actually. I really enjoyed it.
So now they're going to do some interviews with the stand-ins, which was Noah, Finland, and somebody else they said. I forgot which one. So right now there is a woman playing Noah. They're all sitting around to do quick interviews.
And they're all doing the little unicorn.
I mean, it's good that they get exposure. I find them usually a little awkward, but, you know, it's part of Eurovision, I guess.
Well, Vaco, I'm sorry. This just right now. It's all a bit chaotic. It's just like filler sections. Like we could talk through everything, single thing that's happening in the filler, but they're just...
they're doing the Finland dance now because they're talking to Karja.
Alicia's doing her best to do the Finland dance, but
then the busker. The buskers, they also have name tags saying they're the busker. They're not the busker.
I guess they're getting people who've got dances. That's
yes, that's what it is. So Israel, Finland, and the busker. So that's going to be part of the show, though, because they're rehearsing that actually. Oh, they're going to do all a combined dance. First, they're doing this, and then cha cha cha, and then the dance with his foot. So they're all going to dance together, I guess, in a row.
I'm just going to quickly send message.
So, yeah, we just got to wait for the rest of the best.
He's in that sort of section. Any questions, please stick them in chat. We're happy to answer.
At ESC United.
I can see one now. What do you think of the stage? Better/worse than those in 2021 2022? Definitely better than 2022. But 2022, I mean, it was dirty. You couldn't see any of the stuff on the ground.
Half of it was blocked.
You know.
And then someone like, oh, I didn't even know. If you don't know it, yes, but you don't know what could have been, you know, so it was so limited.
Don't get me started on the sun. I mean.
On the what?
On the sun.
Oh, the sun.
Kinetic sun. It's not very kinetic if it doesn't bloody move.
Yeah. Me too.
As for 2021, I mean, you saw it in person, so you're probably a better place to judge than me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't remember. You know what it is? I don't remember the stage from 21.
It had the big long finger. You know, it was a sort of square thing with the big long finger and then the little.
I liked it.
The little satellite stage at the end. It's like a music note.
I don't really remember it. Isn't that weird? I've done it too many times. Oh my god.
Well, I can answer. I think at the moment, I think 2021 would be my favorite of the three. I think 2021 and 2023 are both excellent. 2022 was a serious flop.
Blunder.
Yes. And there was some, and like the water was an unnecessary detail, you know, which nobody used really. I mean, it was just kind of there. It made a lot of noise, and I didn't like that at all.
Why am I holding the ear without the ear?
You've got.
Oh, they were singing together. Who's that again now?
Hannah and Julia. That is on stage.
Okay. Wait, hang on. I want to listen what they're saying. Okay, they're awkwardly pausing.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties. They even could turn off the sound. Oh, there's a stage person coming out.
Stage guy's coming out.
He's like, hi.
Something's broken.
Something is broken. Certainly the sound now. And they're all like,
No qualifier announcement yet. Someone just asked in chat. No qualifier announcement.
We haven't even had the big 5 or like some of them perform because they're supposed to perform today and tonight. Well, oh, they're pushing France in. I mean, they're pushing Lazara on there now.
Yeah, Lazara's coming on. She's already mounted on the pyramid when she gets on stage, perhaps unsurprisingly. It's on the satellite. And it looks like they'll then drape the dress.
There are like 10 people coming on with her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, more than that.
They're gonna have to put this like directly after a break.
Yeah, or they have the hosts somewhere else sending so they can set that up.
it's a really, really difficult one to set up quickly because of the
But Lazara will perform next. So I'm really excited about that one because that's like visually it's going to be like, whoa.
I'm going to have to trust you on this because I ain't hearing anything. my media center is a little, it's had a little boogie woogie and it's not.
And is this not working with my work internet?
Yeah, well, it's fine. I got the lion's share of the show, to be fair. Okay. So I will sit quietly and observe.
Okay, so they're still getting her ready because, you know, it's like it reminds me of Australia because they had to push them in as well on the sticks because they didn't get on there on stage, and they were already on there. So it gives me a little bit vibe of Kate Miller-Heidke.
One thing I will, another couple of tidbits from Sean in the arena right now, live blogging for us, is that on the teleprompter for Alicia to read from, the acts are spelled phonetically. So Noah is broken into syllables like no and carrier is just spelled like carrier bat, as it like carrier bat.
Oh, really? So then they'll
make sure that they
butcher the names
right, which I think is a good move.
I guess it is, yeah.
And
I
apparently,
don't know, count down 2, 1. Here comes France, but they used Finland's graphics.
Oops.
Oh, and they turn the sound off.
Oh, no sound?
No sound.
Oh,
technical difficulty, they're saying, and they're doing it again.
Yeah. They're going for a mulligan.
Okay, then I think they're getting ready again. So hold on tight. Lost connection. Somebody said lost connection. Oh, look at the screen. This was like
Lazara. Oh, the postcard is correct. They fixed it.
It's not France, not Finland.
All right, I'm excited to have a look at this. I don't need these headphones anymore.
So the big beginning, they slowly zoom into her as she's standing on her thing with her arms stretched out. But that's how we saw the clip. Actually, it was on the clip already that everybody saw.
So the opening is as you have previously seen.
The sound is equally meh.
Be careful, you'll incur the wrath of the gays. And they're our main constituency.
What?
They're the main constituency of our viewers. We have to be, we must be kind.
That sounds good.
Very
dark. I mean, you just see her standing on her big dress pillar with lots of lights, light blue lights. The chorus comes in now. You see the lights flashing in the back a little bit. It's her. I'm just been paying so much attention. They have a good amount of close-ups here, which is nice. There was a wide shot, but it was very short. Lots of cuts, you see? Boom, boom.
Interesting is the wider shots come when she's sunk right down to the layer of the stage.
I'm surprised how many cuts they have. Look, 1, 2, 3. Next one. That was the longest one. It was like 4 seconds.
And it was the worst shot of all.
I know.
It was the longest one, yeah.
I mean, it's really just the lights and her being on the thing. At least for now. It's they're trying to give it a classy look and focus on her vocals. And, of course, her prop. I thought they're going to do more with that stuff. Because now the dress came off, and now you see the pillar, the lights, the disco lights.
I was kind of hoping for a little more. I mean, we're not done yet. Let's see what
This
happens.
part looks really cool. Like this, the bridge, and you see lots and lots of lights underneath her.
Mia Nikolai just mentioned us in her Instagram story.
Apparently. Oh, you see the flag there.
Wow, okay.
They get golden shower.
Yeah, they got there in the end.
She sounded good, actually. And the big note, she stopped halfway through, like closer to the end, which is fine. It's a rehearsal. Don't mess up your voice. Oh, the rain still keeps going. Even the song's over. The song's already over.
And just keep it. That final shot was gorgeous. I thought that was really good. Obviously, I need to hear it again at some point. But yeah, it's not giving me winner vibe. Just
I will say, yeah, I was maybe because it's really just on the lights. Unless, wait, did they use smoke in the rehearsals before? I don't think so, right? There's no smoke, there's no fire. But not you have to.
You can. I think it depends. I mean, if you're a very rich delegation and can afford to do a full tech.
No, yeah, France could afford it, but I'm like, if you need it, that's what I mean by that. But smoke one. But now it's all about the lights, flashes. It's very simple colors. There's just blue and then a little orangey, like in certain parts on the floor and all that stuff. But it's just flashy lights blinking, not the LED, just the lights, and then they get the French flag at the.
What happened?
Oh, you missed it. There was somebody like, Layla. Was it so? Layla.
We're just like singing down the mic.
Like this. Layla. So I was like, what the hell?
These rehearsals have some bizarre moments.
Yeah.
Some very bizarre.
It's the flag. The flag's actually pretty big. It's like almost the entire screen in the back. Just like blue lights, white lights, red lights, obviously. So, I thought it was just like somebody said before, it's just very small in the corner. I'm like, no, it's not small in the corner. It's big.
No, absolutely. We are now waiting for Spain
today?
Oh, no, Ukraine,
Germany,
Spain,
and
Germany and
Italy?
Yeah, sorry, Germany and Italy, my fault. I got too excited about Blanca Paloma.
Yeah. So you can say, I mean, I love what I saw with France in the clip. I thought it would maybe a little bit more. I think there could have been more camera work around her because, she's standing on there and all of that stuff. And now at some point, it's like, okay, yeah, she's on top of it. There's no mysterious like smoke effects or, camera work. So that's the only thing I will say. I think I could have done more to make her up there be more relevant. Right now, it just seems like she's up there.
And by the way, guys, don't forget to check out ESC United on Instagram. You will see there posts from in the arena. You can see video clips in the arena of all the performances that we have just had the privilege of watching. See, look. Wow. Ta-da! So all of you head over there, follow at ESC United. Yeah. And, we're doing little clips. There's quite strict restrictions this year. So you can only use 3 minutes total of footage and 10 seconds per performance. So what that actually means is 150 seconds, which is 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's fine. And obviously we're sticking very firmly to that. But you've got little 10-second clips, beautifully shot by our very own Mel. Here is, I'm not going to play the sound right now, but for example, we have Cha Cha Cha, how it looks in the arena. Can't wait to be there myself in a few hours.
Yeah.
And it is very exciting. It's crazy. It's party.
Sorry, I just had to interrupt you saying that line. Because now we're waiting for the next country to be put up there. And what you'll see tonight, well, you won't see tonight. So tonight, those 3 countries will also rehearse again, and they will use those clips for tomorrow's live show.
Yes. And so these are it's like the rehearsal for their rehearsal.
Yes.
And we continue to wait. This transition is taking quite a long time, isn't it?
That's normal.
Yeah.
This everything, these awkward pauses, whatever you want to call them, are very, very common. So I would not worry about it too much. Don't you have to leave?
I'm okay for now.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm slightly delayed, so I'm meeting. So, guys, what's going to happen after this, just so you know, at some point I'm going to leg it because I'm off to the jury show, but I'm not meeting my friends till 5, so I just got to go and buy myself some KFC for dinner before then. So you have me for...
What about Connor?
Sometime I'm going to meet Connor out
5.
there as well.
Okay.
Either at 5 or just before. I will check.
Okay. And I'll be back tonight, so we're going to have what usually was known as the jury show. We're going to go for that again and see if the quality is a little better tonight. We shall see.
It should be fine. I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
well, you're going to have pretty good quality in there.
Yeah. No, we're going to be on the barrier, hopefully. I mean, 3 hours before, for a jury semi-final, 3 hours before usually sees you right in terms of being near the front standing section. I was at the barrier in 2018 of the standing section for the jury final.
Yeah.
With 4 hours of queuing.
Did you choose to be standing, or was it the only available?
I wanted to be standing.
See, I will never do standing again. I'd rather in the last row than I do standing. I've done it a few times and I hate it.
So for me,
sorry. So that it is Lord of Lost. Yeah, they're not in their makeup.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a cool art teacher when he's not in the makeup.
He does. He looks like a cool art teacher.
Like, you know, the really cool. You know,
he's like blood,
and he's just like singing the song.
Yeah, he's just singing
like slowly, getting his ears checked.
He's doing ear check and he's doing blood, 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 and glitter.
A bit scary. It's just there's an art teacher on the screen going blood, 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 blood.
He's funny. He's like,
Am I doing Inthia says, is Gabe doing meet and greet in Liverpool this week? Yes, just come up to me and say hi if you see me on the street.
Yeah, don't approach me. I don't talk to people.
No, if you see me around, come say hi, please. Like it's always nice to meet you people and say hi to everyone. Yeah. And I'm just, and even if I look grumpy, bear in mind when I'm walking around, I just have a resting bitch face. Like I promise you, I'm in a good mood.
And when he sits, and when he lies down too. So, rest my case. So we just see the lead singer of Lord of the Lost just standing right there. Again, glasses on, just his hair in a ponytail, and wearing black. He'll look very different tonight.
Yes.
Because that's where I have to record it.
Oh, the screen's gone black.
It's gone black. 5 seconds.
5 seconds. Oh, oops. And there's the... Also, they didn't show us the postcards for the big...
They're not showing the postcards, but that's fine. They're not going to show them until the show, actually. So, Germany sings. Close shot up of the lead singer.
Lots of red.
And then he sings, and those triangles open up.
I just love this, the whole aesthetic, the energy of this. It's just wonderful.
We got already smoke effects there. Very red.
I really think this could do better than everyone else. I think there's top 10 potential in this song.
What?
I think there's top 10 potential in this song. Every time I see it or hear a snippet, it sells itself to me more.
It looks like almost like a purple carpet that he's standing on with the triangle things.
Yeah. There is a hint of bisexual lighting about this. There are some little flashes of moments where the smoke sort of makes the red look more purple and pink.
They have a few shots and you see like the band playing as well, going back and forth. Here come the pyros. Fire.
Lots of fire. Yeah, fire.
And when he does this blood and glitter, the whole stage is like very, very dramatic. And he's always like, his voice is very unique, right? The sound, and he's always consistent. He's very experienced. He knows this voice very well.
Oh, I've noticed the guitarist, it's like his guitar lights up.
Oh, yeah.
You have a light up guitar just to his left. It's a cool little fact.
Lots of red flashing and white lights. So red and white is the theme of this one. And pyros.
I think I really want to highlight with this as well the sort of metal kind of the sort of not the scream but the growl voice is, I think, underrated in terms of its difficulty, because you can really damage your voice doing that if you don't do it safely and correctly. And
oh wait, sorry to interrupt. The quiet part is really pretty. It's just black and all the lights are red, like a big circle of red lights when he slows down. It was beautiful. And then he goes into this big boom, all the lights are flashing and red and white lights. And
I want to see more pyro. Give me more pyro. Pyro.
Yeah, there they are.
Yes, more pyro.
Let the go. That's when the pyros come more in. And then he does this final shout. Oh, he does this now because at the end it was really good, by the way. I can't do it, but he was like, like he did, like really low. Oh, it's really cool. So and then they're all just the two guitars sitting right next to him, by the way, at the end and holding up their guitars like sometimes you see. So what did you think? Like those look good, huh?
I think that was one of my favorites.
Really?
Yeah, I preferred it to most of the semi. There are things that I would put on its level, but like the angles were the colors, and we haven't even seen the outfits yet. That was no makeup as well, and it was already so impressive. Obviously, his vocal is
captivates the spirit of the song very well. What they're doing with the staging here, and that it's Germany. Remember, although I mean, I even kind of liked the staging last year. The staging wasn't that bad; it was kind of intimate, nice. But this is like,
it's like whatever they did this year, they've ended up with exactly what they needed to end up with. And it's really exciting, actually. I think it's really exciting. Top 10 potential, I'm telling you that. So we're just waiting for Italy, Mr. Mengoni.
We are blood English. Oh, even that alone hurts me.
We just sound like we're just kind of gasping forever.
So at least whatever happens, I mean, top 10 would be amazing, but at least Germany can say, well, we won't be bottom 2, which is the first time in 5 years, basically.
I mean, I think they can start looking a lot higher than that. I think realistically, you're talking, like I said,
left
top
side,
15, top 10, left side.
If it comes down to how, because it's just not a jury song, and that makes me a little nervous. If they give like a Moldova kind of score from last year, that's my biggest fear. But I would think there's some metalheads in those juries as well.
Yeah, and the juries aren't, they change every year. It might sort of, so you never know quite what you're going to get, and there've been surprises.
Yeah,
not that kind of surprise recently, but there've been surprises.
Yep. So now we're waiting for that one more Big Five performance, and then we should get the very exciting voting qualifiers. And as I said, we do know it broke recently a few days ago that they will have an X Factor sort of setup where all the 15 acts will be on stage apparently, and then they'll announce them. It's just weird. Oh yeah, Marco just said hello.
Hello.
I was like, why is somebody hello? The guy at the stagehand left, and Marco started singing, "Don't leave me alone."
So he looks like he's out on the satellite stage there, isn't he? He's out on the satellite stage, and he's just waiting to perform. And he, if I'm not mistaken, he has a fixed mic as well, so he's going to be pretty static, I suspect.
He keeps talking, but I couldn't hear him because
I was talking. Sorry.
No, well that too. No, I was talking because it was not speaking right into the microphone, and you were talking.
Yeah, well, there you
go. So, how was the lighting on in Germany? Could you see all the band members properly? I would say actually, and that's what the only thing what I said about Moldova, which is beautiful as it was very dark. You could not see Pasha a whole lot. It was still dark but you could see him.
Yeah, and also I think
and everybody else too.
You have to focus mostly on the singer. Yeah. Even if you're a band, you have to focus on the singer. It's just the way it is, and that's what they've done. They've recognised that. And to be honest, it was the same in the national final. So I think they've been approaching this with the right philosophy from the start. And it would have been a mistake to change it. I mean, that triangle gives them their own prominence, so they're there, but also it closes the stage right up. It focuses us in on the singer, and it means instead of this big wide spread, you have this very narrow corridor which he sort of operates in the whole time. He's back and he's forward, and I like that. I think it changes the audience's perspective in a way that benefits him, benefits the song, and it forces as well. It forces them to do less wide shots.
Yeah.
Because you can't do wide shots if there's no wide stuff because you've boxed the stage.
Exactly.
Well done.
It shows also, sometimes it really brings an advantage when you have an experienced artist or actor because they know who they are as an artist. That's one of the things Netherlands, they don't know. That's not their song. That's not who they are as singers. It felt a little disjointed here. It's just like they know who they are. They know their music. They know their craft. And it's just beautiful to watch.
Exactly. I am now I'm thinking about Italy and.
Oh wait, they're going to countdown.
Oh, are they? Well, in that case, I'm going to keep thinking about Italy. We're just on the same wavelength.
That's Bulgaria. I'm going to confuse the colors,
What, isn't that Hungary?
What in Hungary? So he's wearing his glittery undershirt, as I call it. I may change for tonight because so he's on stage there. Lots of smoke and just him alone right now at the microphone stand. In the very far distance, you can see the two dancers climbing up there, but you wouldn't know since we knew. Oh, now you can. Oh, I thought he fell down.
Oh God!
We have trampolines.
There's trampolines and dancers in the back, and we thought Marco just fall.
Oh my heart! They do this whole falling down and jump back onto the stairs, but you only see the shadows. And I thought they fell down. My heart.
Are they on the stage, or is that in the?
Yeah, that's on stage.
Or is it in the LEDs?
No, it's on stage. Right? Yeah.
It's like a set of stairs, and they've got trampoline flying, so they're
or not. No, look. They keep jumping.
Yeah, no, it's real. It's on stage.
Yeah, now you can see them better as well. I mean, it's still dark. You mostly say,
there's trampolines. That's what's happening.
Wow, that's a good effect. It's like beautiful, actually. It works.
Yeah, I mean, it caught my attention.
It gives almost like a little bit more like Ukraine 2011, the Sand Lady thing. You have like something else to look at than just a song.
Hmm.
And his voice is chef's kiss. And you see that the big moon, they still do that jumping thing on the trampolines with the big.
And because they're listening, silhouettes in the background, so it doesn't. They're there, but in my opinion, they're not really detracting from Marco. They're not taking any of the limelight.
Accentuating him more than anything.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said this song is uncompetitive. I really disagree. I think it may be of the big five. It's not the strongest one, but all the big five, didn't come to play this year. They came really seriously. Marco Mengoni is brilliant at what he does. The song's good. He performs it well, and it's actually staged in a very intimate way. I wish he'd look at the camera a bit more, though.
He never does that, though. He didn't do it in 2013. That's not who he is as an artist. Not as an excuse, but it's a reality.
And he does portray a kind of.
At the moment that it was rising, but now it's like it used to be just at the bottom of the screen. Now it's all over the screen.
He feels it, yeah. He does exude this kind of calmness and calm intensity. Like
that was beautiful.
He's like he can really build up the intensity while still feeling totally in control of his voice. Extremely good control. Extremely good. He exudes calm. He makes me feel calm and relaxed when I watch him. Yeah. I think that's a nice trait.
Yeah. He comes across as, he may not be, but he has I wouldn't say shy, but almost like introverted tendencies because he's not looking at you, this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's just his style. And I think it worked in 2013. So I don't think that part will necessarily hurt him either. But I agree. I do like when they make more eye contact with the camera. But in his case, because it's almost like a dreamy song, so maybe he's just in his own little world. I mean, even Salvador didn't look much into the camera.
Yeah, I think although I would say with Salvador, I think it's difficult to legislate because sometimes an actor comes along that does kind of seemingly break all the rules.
Yes,
and yet just. But there's a really special moment, and that, in my opinion, that's what happened with Salvador.
Yeah,
but I do understand the point.
So I thought it was beautifully done. So Germany, Italy, both. It's not about the song. We're talking about the staging. You can have opinions on either of those songs as much as you want until the cows come home.
And it's a strong year. It is a clearly very strong year from them.
Yeah.
We are waiting for.
Now they're quiet. They have just. This is a delay. You see all the stage producers running around. One person trying to walk past the camera, but she can't. She isn't. So we just see her yellow toenails, fingernails.
Yeah. I think what they'll be doing is they'll all come and sit in. They're probably getting staff now to go and sit in the booths.
Yeah.
And then they'll sort out the qualifying arrangement.
So we can see some questions here. I miss Finland. How was it?
It was great. I loved it. I was nervous beforehand just because I didn't know what to expect. But now I'm calm. I'm relieved because he's delivering. The stream sounded particularly crap, I have to say.
For him, yeah.
And because of that, you couldn't really hear that much.
We heard only him, basically. And he was doing his thing. So because there was a complaint with the clip that you couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
But that was a mixing issue.
Yeah. This one was like, I mean, bear in mind, guys, if you ever hear like the quality of hold music when you phone on a sort of old style telephone, that was basically the quality we were hearing.
Yeah, indeed. So, yeah, that was interesting. So, at ESC United, if you have any other questions about it, Marco talked about his mental health problems in the past and his lack of self-confidence, which explains why he doesn't look into the camera that often. It's always amazing. You can like he's good looking. He has an amazing voice. He's like, and he still doesn't have that self-confidence. You know, well, it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's actually something, I think it's something that a lot of people in the Euro fandom relate to, because I mean, I can speak both from my own experience and also I think from many others' experience, which is that, you know, I'm a very extroverted person. And I think in general, the Euro fandom is a place for which you find lots of people who are very energetic and extroverted.
Unlike me.
But, oh yes, you're the most boring person I've ever met. But on the flip side of that, you have a lot of those people, including, I'm sure, you know, including myself and many of you who were very extroverted, but also care a very great deal to a fault about, you know, what are other people thinking about me? What are other people, you know, am I being weird? Am I doing something I should? Things like that. And that kind of, that nervousness, that anxiety, I think is a common thing for a lot of us in many ways. I mean, personally, I find Eurovision to be a safe space to just let it all go. Like I'm, as you could probably tell, I'm quite unrestrained. And that is, I think, an attraction for a lot of people who find it as that kind of, especially when you're at the contest in person, this kind of bubble where you can just release all of those inhibitions. And, you know, and like people say, I mean, there are toxic people in the Eurovision community, as there are in all communities. We all know the types. But we have, you know, I think we're lucky that, I think especially, you know, in this corner, I feel like we're very good at shutting those people out.
Keep in mind, this is going to be an evening show as well, starting at 8 o'clock here, which is 9 o'clock Central European time. And somebody asked, will the juries count tonight? No, Ryan, the juries will not vote in the semi. So it's 100% televote. The only thing that'll probably happen tonight, there will be backup juries that vote. Yes. And they may vote tonight, but it's not going to be the same thing. So they're still going to give more steam than usual. But it is not like, you know, it was last year or the years before, where this was like just as important as the live show. But we should get like costumes tonight and all that stuff. The afternoon shows is where they get ready, because some people, it takes hours and hours to get into those costumes. So right now, in case you're wondering, there's some chatting going on in behind the scenes. So they are now probably rehearsing this for the first time. Oh, somebody's talking in my ear. Oh, they're close to the microphone. Thank you for not doing that. If all qualifiers are decided by televote, therefore televote friendly, doesn't that make the jury more powerful in the final, since viewers enjoy everyone and televote is more spread out?
I mean, if you look at past years, the jury and televote actually generally agree in the semis on the qualifiers. There's usually on
they agree, except in terms of where, like often, like Belgium last year came 4th or 3rd with the juries and 10th with the televoters, but still would have been enough for both. And that seems to be fairly common.
So the voting complexion is different, but you generally end up with the same 10 or 11 in total, that at least one.
I think like it's usually worst case now it's like 8 out of 10 usually. I think.
So I think, and also I'm just tying my shoelace because I have to leave in 10 minutes.
Oh, you're gonna miss the voting? No.
Oh yeah, no, I might catch the start though. Maybe I'll catch the first one.
We'll see.
I'll just have to save the surprise for tomorrow night, won't I? But I am.
What do you see tonight?
Oh no, because I'll be running straight out of the arena.
Oh, that's right.
So,
By the way, sorry to interrupt. The big five, like Germany, France, they're all in the press center now. In the press center, the green room. The 3 artists from, they're going to talk to Alicia now. But that's going to be different a lot next time because they're going to do that first, and then they're going to show the clips.
Yes, indeed.
So they're rehearsing the interview. So go ahead. You had a thought. I didn't want it to.
Oh, it's all right. It's gone. It's disappeared.
Then it was a lie, anyways.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm always lying. Gabe isn't even my real name.
After watching the performances of the 3 betting odds favorites, Sweden, Finland, France, do you feel that you have seen the winner? That's too early to say. So the odds are yes, but we need a little bit more time to marinate over that. We're gonna do. You need to send me your predictions. Remember that?
Oh yes, I'll do it while I'm eating my KFC.
Okay. First to 10. Yeah. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, this is like behind the scenes stuff that you get to see.
Yeah, you get to see Matt telling me off when I'm too disorganized.
I need to send that to the team as well. No, I just remember that you don't forget. That's all.
As for your question, have we seen the winner? I think I'm having a bit of Monday morning doubts at the minute. So it's not that I don't think I've seen it. It's that I'm having the typical Eurovision week thing where you suddenly question everything.
Yeah, the odds are we have seen the winner because the only thing we haven't seen yet is UK, Ukraine, and Spain. So maybe one of those 3, right? But the odds, statistically, we saw 34 out of 37.
Yeah, and like they're a bit all over the place at the minute. And if you look at the odds since the rehearsal started, both Finland and Sweden have ticked up 1%. For example, up to 40 and 24. So evidently, they're happy. The thing is now people have a lot more. I think things really could start to change because obviously there's a lot more to work with after this rehearsal. After the semi tomorrow, the odds will go crazy. They will be flying all over the place in ways that we might not expect. So that's when, and I think once I've seen the full thing in anger live on TV, that'll probably turn up again. But at the moment, I'm sort of like, have I seen the winner? Like, am I seeing something that no one else is, or am I not seeing something that everyone else is about some other song, or is there just some kind of little doubt in my mind which is making me think twice?
Yeah, I don't want to rush into any of these kind of things because it takes a little time. Right now we want to focus on the qualifiers, not who's going to win. So and
we'll
that
have plenty of time to talk about that.
Yes. So there's a lot of shouting in there. Thank you guys. So there's Marco, and they're all 3 still sitting there. There's big France, Germany, and Marco.
They appear to be playing a sort of scrolling thing along the bottom, but they're already into the 20s.
Italy 24, Ukraine 25,
UK 26. That was bizarre. I mean, the running order was wrong for starters, but I guess they just had it. They just ran through the whole thing.
Alicia's her name, right?
Yeah.
She's laughing out of nowhere, but she's like, sorry, just something on my ear. But her laugh is infectious.
She is. I mean, she is very charismatic. Like, she's been chosen for a reason. She's one of the charismatic TV, most charismatic TV hosts in Britain.
She is very. I think I like her persona. She seems very bubbly and just likable.
Yeah. And I think for those of you among us who were perhaps a bit worried that the British hosts wouldn't approach the contest in the way it should be approached, I think I've seen enough already to not worry about that anymore. They've got the attitude right. Obviously, the jokes and humor and stuff, because they're speaking in their first language, they have a big advantage in that respect, so that it does flow better. That's not to criticize.
Okay, everyone's making fun of me now again because I said France, Germany, and Marco.
Well, Marco. Well, Marco is just so wonderful. He gets some country. It all.
The country of Marco.
The Republic of Marco.
I realized when I said it, and I thought I can let it go.
The most serene republic.
All right, so this is taking a long ass time. That part.
Sean has posted a picture about a qualifier announcement. Apparently.
So she's asking Marco, "How you feeling? You okay?" A bit tired, he says. I'm tired for different reasons. Oh, and the guy from Germany is like, may I offer you some coffee and tea? Because they have a coffee and tea in front of them, so they're just handing out tea.
It is fun to see. You see, honestly, quite a lot of personality in these interviews that you don't necessarily see in the live show, because obviously a lot more polished. But in this, you see like a bit of the hosts and stuff with their guards down. And I don't know, that's quite nice. It makes me enjoy their section.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. I wish the official interviewers would not ask stuff like, "Do you think you can win?" or mention the odds. Just make it a celebration. I don't think we are. I don't think Connor's really focusing on that either. So yeah, I don't like these questions. I don't like the question, "What's your favorite Eurovision song?" You know, who do you like best? How do you like Lithuanian song? That kind of stuff. Yeah. It's like, you know.
Well, I can say for sure about the way Connor prepares for the interviews. I helped with the questions on just one or two of them. And he was in the way he briefed for it. He basically said, "Look, we want to ask things that hopefully that other people aren't asking. That we want to dig into the artist a bit more. We want to feel like where we want to make it clear to them that we're interested in them and their career and their motivations beyond their song. Although obviously we're interested in the song, and we ask them about that too. And so I think the way he approaches it gives us sort of a wider kind of perspective.
I got really good feedback because the Slovenian group Joker out there, like big Eurovision fans, that told me to be. I'm like, "Oh, really?" And I started a quiz about Slovenian entries. They got them all.
Oh wow, there we go.
I mean, like, what's the best result and when it happened?
And
they knew all of that. So I was really impressed.
And we'll be seeing them at the Euro Club in a few hours.
Okay, now we're finally continuing. So she's just talking about, we'll find out in just a moment. So they're going to rehearse the interview with Germany, France, and Marco.
Okay, so I am going to love you and leave you so that I'm not running around the place in the middle of this.
Are you going to leave your stuff here?
Yes, I'm going to leave everything here if that's all right. I'll take my coat.
Yeah, of course. Of course it is.
But the next time this will be needed. It'll be.
Now, what are you going to bring with you tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Phone charger.
Yes, phone charger. I will bring my phone charger. Sorry.
Wait, they stopped again already with rehearsing? Oh, the VT to come.
So they've got some bits to add in then.
Okay.
All right. So guys, I'm not going yet. I've got to get
tonight. I'm gonna do it with Sean. By the way, I mean the live stream. The live stream. The live stream. I'm gonna do. Okay, so anyway, at 8 o'clock, Sean will join me here today for the live chat.
My word.
Do it with Sean.
I've heard some things today that I never thought I would hear. Let me tell you that. Right, I'm off to get my KFC.
Is Sean aware he doesn't need to? Okay.
And I will be. I believe I'm coming back after the show tonight to.
Will we hear probably?
Yes, because I'm going to leave after the songs. You'll probably still be on stream, so I will make my way back. Those of you who remember my little running around after the shows. I will be back. So for now, see you all later. I'm out. Oh, my accreditation is still here.
You use what? What?
Sorry, last piece of business. I'm going to leave my accreditation here because I don't want to lose it in the arena.
Okay.
This one's yours, isn't it?
Yes, yours on the bed. Oh, no, where is it?
I guess we better check that.
Maybe under my jacket.
Oh, I can see it. Yeah, it's under your jacket.
Okay.
Right. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Yeah, the door closes probably. I can, I guess, scoop a little bit into the center here so we can wait for the results. So, by the way, what we have seen now, or what happened now, is we saw a quick. Are you knocking?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. He already forgot something.
Got my headphones.
What do you need those for?
I've got to listen to my banging tunes while I'm eating my KFC.
Oh, priority, huh?
Music taste,
They're now showing a picture of the lead singers holding an Ariel cup, and they're talking about that. And now they're listening to the song. So now, any moment we get the fake results. So that's usually whatever, right? But we want to see how it looks, the new way of presenting the results. So stick around. Did you think Sweden's dress rehearsal was better than the second rehearsal camera-wise? So the second Oh, the dress rehearsal was fantastic. I thought it was one of the best pleasant surprises. Lots of close-up. For the longest time, we didn't even know there was an arena. You know what I mean? So it looked really, really good. So I was very impressed with that one. And because there was a lot of nervousness out there. I know you still compare to Melody Festivalen, and yes, it'll be better. But Melody Festivalen because of the bigger screen. But again, most of you haven't seen it yet. And on its own merit. We're still listening to Germany, by the way. They're just showing the clip, what they recorded earlier. So now we're just going to move on to Italy. Marco Mengoni. It feels like it's super late already here, but it's only, what, 4:13. So it's a long day already. Blood and glitter, sweet and bitter. So if this is the last year for Australia, it's not. Let that go. Are you going to read the rest of the question? Who do you think should take their place next year? Meaning, Australia will be back. People just read way too much into it. Because in the past, they got invited every year. Then they got an invitation that was good for 3 or 4 years. Now they probably get another long invitation or annual invitation. They will not let them go. Do you think Lorraine will win this year? We're not going to talk about winning just yet. We're going to talk about qualification because it's a little too early to make such predictions. But if you need an answer, I don't know. Hang on. I got to talk to Sean real quick. Okay. So does this mean the winner announcement will be different in the final two? I don't know. I don't know how the winner announcement will work, but they're not going to have all artists, 26 of them on stage. That's a little much. I don't think they're probably going to be in the green room. It's a little different way they present it. So apparently, sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to on your. Okay, here we go. So now we have the two other hosts, the Ukrainian and the Ted Lasso woman, on the podium where they're probably going to announce the qualifiers, and they have the big trophy there with them. So now they're going to talk to Martin Osterdahl, and he is going to do his "You're good to go." So let's hold on here for a second. Yeah, he confirmed and verified. I mean, nothing to confirm yet because what's rehearsal. You're good to go, he says. Is he? Okay, here we go. Oh, it froze, of course. No, they're not showing. Wait. It's a regular screen that have we seen. Okay, I see how they're doing it. They actually all are on stage, indeed. And they're going to show everyone on. Oh, you see them all standing on like stairs. Oh, so they have the actual artists on there. So Sweden is the first fake qualifier, and Lorraine actually herself is now like, oh yeah, hoo. So so they are all on stage, but they still have that similar screen that you saw, all the countries on one, the screen that you see as they're being announced. It's the same way. So instead of just doing different shots in the green room, they're all just standing on stage. There are no delegations, only the artists. So Mimi Cat, also no dancers. The second finalist is Moldova. So Pasha Bafeni already out of his costume. He's happy to be fake qualified. And again, these are the actual artists doing it this time around. It's still, you're going to be on stage. It's not as bad as I thought, but before every announcement, they're going to do the whole thing. Let's look at them all. Rather than like the last 3 that they usually did. So as soon as somebody is announced, they immediately zoom into them and be excited. So at least you don't see the faces of the others as much. That's good. So it's basically, I just still wish they had the team with them. But for them, it's still horrible because Mimi Cat is by herself. You know what I mean? Noah Carell is by herself. Azerbaijan also fake qualified just right now. Oh, so what they do is they show the artists and then they briefly show the delegation in the green room. So why do that then? And they can all be in the green room. Maybe it's not as crowded. The next fake qualifier is with all the artists. I've never seen that before. But they need to rehearse that as well, I guess. Norway. Alessandra's like, she's actually very surprised being a fake qualifier. Good for her, Alessandra. So we have Sweden, Moldova, Switzerland, Azerbaijan, Norway as the fake qualifiers. I'm surprised that they still did the shot into the green room. Now, after 5 qualifiers, there is Alicia, and she is meeting the 5 qualifiers. She asked Loreen how she's doing, and she said, I'm amazing. So they're actually making this process a little longer. So they talk to Lorraine. They're talking to Pasha now. So I don't know if this is the time to talk to them. It seems like awkward. Right? Yeah, she's like, I love how calm you are. I'm like, who calls? Who cares who calls? Then they're talking to Switzerland. All get one short question and one short answer. So yeah, they're still doing it. Sorry, I was kind of listening in for a second. So yeah, they're just all getting short questions as the rest of the people are waiting on stage. So it's like a 2-minute thing, if that. Now we're back to the 2 hosts, and now we see. You know what's really weird? In terms of the staging, all the people that fake qualified kept a huge empty area, and only the busker are in the center by themselves, and everybody else is on the sides. It looks really weird. If that happens, it's even weirder. Ireland is goofing off in there. So Finland fake qualifies. Karia. I wonder if they get interviews as well at the end. I don't know. Again, another shot into the green room. So if you can do the green room, why bring them out there? So now they get, again, shots on everyone. There's Portugal, Malta, Czechia, Israel. And now a foul shot from everybody. Latvia is the 7th qualifier, right? 7. Again, green shot room. It's like half artist, half green shot, a green room. I just don't understand that. Okay. So 3 places left. Of course, we know we have 8 countries. Once again, this is fake. There's nothing here before people get too excited. So Portugal, they talk Portugal all the time. Serbia, Czechia again. Croatia, it's the first time they're showing Croatia, and Malta still alone in the middle. Israel qualifies, and Noah is my favorite now because she was like, yay! She was like making poses. Love it. That's what I would do if I fake qualify. Okay, then I have two, again, Portugal, Malta, Czechia, and Ireland. They're just laughing. They're just goofing off. You know what? Serbia is through as the 9th qualifier. They haven't shown Netherlands even once on camera. Serbia, again, another shot into the green room. So, oh, and now we get a 6-way split screen. Oh, no. Mimika was yawning. That was funny. Yeah, I don't like that. That I do not like. It's Czechia. Portugal, they're announcing all of the 6 countries and showing them on camera. Netherlands, they're showing the Netherlands now. Oh, they don't show the Netherlands, but they're showing Malta. Ireland, they get, in this moment, in the real moment, they are just tied as heck. So this, and then we watch all 6 of them. Yeah, we see all 6 of them right now in split screen, 6 boxes. And the Netherlands are the 6 qualified. As soon as they're being announced, they cut away from the rest, but you see them still clapping in the back about that. So, yeah. That is what happened right now. So that would, Ireland and Malta couldn't even fake qualify. And now they get to interview them as well. So this is not a moment where I would like to be interviewed, but you know, that's really not the worst part of it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's, I like what, I mean, it was fine until the last country where they have that 6-way split screen, seeing them intense. That is said, at least they're not seeing right after them, you know, like as they see the disappointed faces for very long, just for a very short moment, unless it changes for the live show. Let me go back here to the live stream. Now they're talking to, yeah, they're going for all the, who was going to listen to questions after they qualified? Everyone is either super excited and dancing or the press home crying. So, yeah, that's just my personal opinion, at least. I'm done listening to this. But yeah, it's not necessary. I mean, all I can say is my personal opinion is I think it is unnecessary. I understand you can make a case because it's a very small green room that you can't just fit them all in there. And you have to come up with a way to have them elsewhere. I always said, why do you have to have the green room in the office if it's not big enough? Let more people in and have a green room in a different place like they've had in the past. It wasn't an issue before. So it just seems like this insistence. It has to be in there, otherwise it's not good. And just have them elsewhere and then just have that space for them. So I guess maybe they have to put them on stage, but it just seems, yeah, it's just a little much. And I do like suspense. We all love suspense. But before every announce, we have to see like 3 or 4 countries sitting there in suspense and agony, whether or not they're going to go through. So that is basically how it's going to work. Once again, all 15 acts or 16 for semi-2 will be on stage on different levels, right? One is high up, this like stairs thing. So one up front, one on the back, and they're kind of angled that way. And then you see different shots of different artists. And then the first one's announced, and that one goes like, yay, and then goes down to the corner where Alicia is waiting them. And then once 5 have been announced, they will do a short interview, like 2 minutes long or something like that. And then they go back. And they're going to do the same thing again for the next 4 countries. And then the last one that is left, they have to do a 6-way split screen on all artists left. And then we'll find out who wins, and then you just show that person. That person immediately has to leave the stage, run to the corner for that another interview for like everyone gets a one question kind of thing. So that is the next thing that they are doing. Interesting enough, all the artists got to rehearse this one right here, right now as well, which is usually not the case. So that is definitely interesting. So yeah, I would love to hear, based on my description of this, I hope I kind of at least explain it somewhat okay. Let me know what your thoughts are at ESC United in the chat. And go to Sean's Facebook, Twitter, if you want to get an actual view of the. I can bring it up here actually, since I we're gonna. By the way, we're gonna go for that tonight again. So don't think we're just done yet. He has a picture of what it looks like. Hang on, I'm bringing it up right now. Oh, I cannot bring it up. Never mind. Go to Sean ESC United and he'll show you the picture. Let me see if I can bring it in here, because I have issues with the hotel internet and it's just not being kind to me. But I'm trying. No, it's Marco stuck in my head. Oh, come on, man. Push the right button. There you go. All right, let's do that again. I can bring it up now. Hold on. See, that's what they look like on stage. If I can make it bigger a little. And yeah, and as you can see, all these acts, Azerbaijan, Switzerland, Moldova, Sweden, they qualified. So in the end, it was the busker who was in the center, who were like basically the only ones standing there while all the other acts qualified onto the side. So it seemed really awkward when they were standing there. Poor guys. So hopefully that'll not happen in the actual live show. Yeah, that is basically how it works. So let me go back to the chat. Forgive me, I wanted to show you that. At ESC United in the chat. People are, oh, I see the comments. Okay. Let me back up here a little. Okay. Are they going to do the announcement like this for the final as well? Somebody asking. So that I don't think so, but I also don't know. Keep in mind, we're going to have the voting in the final is different, because we don't have probably space for 26 countries to be on stage for a long time, because they have to go through 37 juries and then the televote on top of it. So that seems a little much and a little dramatic. So I think they're going to keep it with the green room. And that's the only thing I wanted to point out as well, actually, in my summary. When they show the faces of the qualified artists, you see them quickly being excited. But then they actually do a quick shot into the green room where the delegation is, I guess. So I'm not quite sure why that is necessary if they could have had them in the first place in there as well. So yeah, it confused me a little bit. But seems like, okay, if you do it anyways, then why bother? But it's maybe not enough space in there. I don't know. You have to take that up to the bosses. I have no say in that whatsoever. And it just happened all, just like, oh. Sorry. Do a poll to see how many of us hate it? I don't think I need a poll for that. I think I have a quiet idea, but I'm not going to do a poll. I know the answer. I don't know. I'll do a poll if I I'm not sure. Do you think X Factor styles because of security reasons? I don't know. It could be just for dramatic reasons or purposes, because that really stimulates our brains, excitement and joy, the tensity, or maybe it has to do with not enough space. I do know it's a smaller green room this time around, so that could play a part in it as well. I don't know for sure. Again, it's not being really communicated. Is it the BBC or the EBU has done it? This is probably done in collaboration. The EBU has a lot of say. The broadcaster has a lot of say as well, though. So don't think that they don't have any sort of sway. So We don't know exactly who has exactly the biggest say in this, but they both are involved for sure. Do you think they put the artist on stage because, where did the question go? I'm sorry, I had a question, but it moved. Ask it again. I'll find it. I'll find you. I'll find you. Who came up? Do you think, there it is. Haha, I found you. Do you think they put the artist on stage because they want the audience to see them live during the results for some reason? I think I answered that with my other questions. I'm not sure, or I can not comment on everything, but I think that plays a big part, because I don't want to put rumors out there that may not be accurate, or like make it sound like certain. From the cruelty, this excludes the rest of the delegations for those who qualify. Also, I dread the logistics of this and done the finals well. So, as I said, they do show the delegations for like 2 seconds as well, apparently, which then again makes the point. Why have them on there in the first place? What I don't like is, at least the last one in particular, it seems, I mean, this is rehearsal, but the last ones that were announced were on the first half, Norway, and in the second half, the Netherlands. Both of the artists had to sprint down the stairs to the left side of them, I think, where Alicia was waiting to do the interviews. So they didn't have time to just kind of be like, oh, yay, woo, 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 you know, like this happy moment with everyone involved. And so yeah, it does kind of suck. But hey. I wonder if they have a backup plan where they stay in the green room using this rehearsal to see if the new way works. Probably not. I wish I could say that is a possibility, but it's most likely that this is here to stay for this year, for these 2 semis. It's too late to go back now at this point, because it's already being rehearsed. The logistics have been put in place. If you switch it up, everyone has to change plans, and that includes so much work that you don't want to put yourself through. So yeah, accept the current reality that this will how it will be presented. So and honestly, right now, I know the Eurovision bubble does not like this, but they will look at it from like, do the normies, do they like it? And I don't know, because they love the suspense. They love these, you know, America's Got Talent, intense moments, all stuff, which I think are at this point very outdated. And so Eurovision is actually a little behind in that. I don't like it. I don't like this whole entertainment reality TV aspect of it. Just focus on the ones that are happy. Yes, I actually don't mind having like, you know, a few like looks into the green room, how people are excited and nervous, but there's a line. There's a line, right? It looks like more like Miss Universe qualification, right? That too, except they don't hold hands, be like, and then they don't hug the others if they're excited for them, but you have to do the fake clap. It's more like the Oscars, more of anything. And the Oscar goes to, and you see all the different boxes, Julia Roberts, and then Susan Sarandon has to be like, I'm happy for you, bitch. You know, so it's not kind of like the same. Yeah, so at least we know. So you can mentally prepare yourself when you come into more evening watching this show. This is what to expect. Split screen for the last one, and the other one's just, you know, running down the stairs when they're happy. I don't know. It's just our brains are so used to the other part as well. So it's definitely different. But in terms of like the visuals, think of it kind of like what you saw before, because they have that screen, you know, the host in the upper left corner, the list of countries underneath them with the flags. On the right is the list of all the qualifiers that have been announced so far. So that part is the same. It's just instead of going for the green room, they always just go to the people on stage. That answers actually this question that Arion just asked. Will they be announcing the qualifiers the same way before, just the artists being on stage instead? For the most part, yeah, it's the same as I explained, except they're going to have interviews after the first 5 and the last 5 with the qualifiers. And they have that weird split screen at the very end. And they do a whole lot more, you know, zooming through the stage, because it's easier to go from one artist to the next and see how excited they are and whatnot, you know, but it's maybe more difficult in the green room. So before every announcement, you go through the phases of their anticipation and all of that stuff. That's basically where we're at. And tonight will be technically the jury show where the backup juries probably will vote. So this will be a little bit more of an important performance. Not everyone was completely dressed for everything. So in addition, the big three, if you will, Italy, Germany, and France, they will really, really rehearse tonight as well, full outfits and whatnot, and see what that sound. Hopefully our sound will be better too, because it was kind of melody meh on that. Visit. Please note that no sad reactions by the other 5 non-qualifiers were shown. The camera cuts to the last qualifier quickly. That is true. There's like, but it goes quickly, so you don't see them, but you still see them clapping in the back, you know, because they have to be like, yay. So you don't see their sad faces much unless there's a delay, but it's dangerous. It's also very dangerous. What if they don't cut it quick enough, the producers, right? So it's just unnecessary. But yeah, at least I'm relieved it is not a main focus on the 5 non-qualifiers, because that would be just devastating. But hey. Can you throw a guesstimate on when the live stream will be on tonight? So the actual show starts at 8. So the plan is to be on at 7:30. I thought I had it scheduled already, but I'll double check. I have to actually head out in a few minutes and meet up with Schwan. We got to have some work to do. So it's a long walk for me to the arena. The press center is so far away. Ugh. I got a place in walking distance, but the press center is virtually on the other side, the other side. So it takes like 20 minutes, at least 25 minutes just to walk there. Ugh, that is annoying. But let me get a little break here, and I will be back later on if you would like to join to get more updates again on here on YouTube. And I will see you on the other side, okay? Until then.